Spooky.
Say when we're live.
We're live.
Alright. So then, after hearing some, well, not quite rumors, but requests for aid after Magnimar knew that some of its children were missing.
Maybe go
Good amount
over
of them, actually.
the little intro bit before, because the people in the chat do
Ah,
not know
yes,
about
yes,
it.
they have not. Okay. So then, from the dark streets of Magnimar at midnight came a song, enchanting in its beauty, which winded through the streets like a living thing, seeking out the ears of those who would hear it. Come with me, and then you'll see a world of enchantment.
A world of
Come with me, and then
imagination.
you'll see the colorful flowers. Come with me, and then you'll see my beautiful garden. Oh, come with me, and once you see, you'll never want to leave. When the sun rose and the people awoke, they discovered that scores of children were missing from their homes. So, you all, after hearing about the missing children from Magnimar, decided that was a bit more high priority,
I love
and so
children.
you traveled off to Magnimar. And you got there just before dusk, so you settled down in an inn for the night. And, about midnight-ish that it is, you'd all been sleeping for a bit. You hear the song once more, and it wakes you all up from your sleep. And I'm going to have each one of you start this off by making a will save.
Yeah, boy.
Each of us.
Yep.
Will, yeah, that's a thing. I've been watching so much Critical Role, I'm like, do you mean a wisdom save?
It's like, no. That's me.
Will save.
12. That's not great. Might be enough. Depends on the DC.
Come on, big, cold bloke.
Big cold bloke. Oh, have you made him a bloke now?
Do one for Jonas, yeah.
Oh god, Jonas may have failed that. Oh god damn it. Now you've got it stuck in
Alright.
Bellin's head. Good job, Ronick.
Cyburn, we're not children. You don't have to lure us into your van.
I mean, we are on the
We're
coast,
already here.
so it's already a possibility of it being a siren.
So,
So Jonas is just, well, guess I'm drowning.
as you all hear it,
Well, I'm fucked.
as you all hear this song, Ezra, Belhun, and Jonas
So the DC was 15.
all
Yeah.
get up and begin heading for the door and heading outside. Erland, you can feel the song tugging at you, compelling you to go with them. But you manage to keep your mind about you. And Silenus, you can feel it as well, but you are holding it at bay.
I am angry.
She's always angry. She's perpetually angry.
I'm going to open the door to check, because, like, to be brutally fair, Jonas would be outside. I very rarely bring him into buildings. So he'd be outside
Yeah,
anyway.
so
So I'd open the door to see if he's wandering off. Like, oh, yeah, no, he's fucking gone as well. Okay.
Yeah, Jonas, if he's outside, he's already gone down the streets.
I ready my rapier and open my door.
As you get a crossbow bolt in your arsehole.
From the cross.
Very specifically, they didn't say you disarmed your own trap.
I didn't say
Ah, my own hubris! Falls down the stairs.
Oh, hang on. What?
Ah, Marie just blinded me.
I set a trap everywhere I go.
Yes, you fucking do!
Hoisted by my own petard.
One trap once.
I like to imagine that it's
And I'm
actually a rope trap on the door, like you have in a tree, so she's now hanging upside down in her doorway.
Also surprised Red didn't make
So then, as you open your door, you see Ezra and Belhin both opening their doors and walking off.
Are we
They
closed?
They do
or-
currently have. Yeah, you have all of your gear on you.
Oh, cool.
It's almost as if you took time to put everything on before you started walking.
Ooh.
I just would have thought it was like,
I asked them.
fucking
Could
where
I
they go.
use counter song?
Not when it already has you.
Son of a bitch! I forgot that I had that. I thought I had something against sort of charm effects and that, but fuck.
I asked
So-
Bellin where he's going, so late at
With Belhen, it could be to the bar. With me, it could be to the brothel.
That's why I'm not asking you.
You know what? This would count as interference. Spellhin, go ahead and roll me another will save, although this one will be very difficult. So a higher DC.
Come on, Belhen, you can do it. You need
Yep.
a 20 or higher.
Spellhin,
No,
What?
he's lost it. No.
roll me another will save.
Oh shit. Okay.
Cybern's basically interacting with you, which I'm rolling
Yeah,
as
no,
interference.
you failed
and
the
no,
first
it doesn't
one, and-
snap you out of it.
That would have failed the first one again.
So as you ask this of him, he doesn't even seem to register your presence.
Is he just walking out singing
have-
Numa Numa Yay?
I am
No.
really low. For some reason, I've just been rolling really shit because I have a +7.
I know you do.
Okay, out of all of us, as not counting Jonas, I have the least amount of will modifier, and I still managed.
I'd like to
And
point
you're
out,
the
out
only
of
one to
all
clear
of
it.
those,
I have the highest will modifier.
yeah, out of all of those, Cybran was the only one who rolled above a 10.
I reach out and grab Bellin's collar.
Wait, is this a spell like a Billy?
I tried counter song, but I've already been
Are
taken.
these-
If
no,
if I
I'm
could,
just curious. Is it spells?
Actually, yeah, it
and/or
is a
like
spell,
Billy?
so you do get a bonus against it. No,
My
think about it.
first roll was 15.
So actually, yeah, your
What if
first
I had
save
two?
would have you would have declared it. Okay.
Retcon.
Yeah, okay.
Well, because
Bellen's
we can say
genuinely
that-
just sleepwalking.
yeah,
All right,
singing
no,
Numa
okay.
Numa Yay.
Here's,
We
here's
can say
Everyone
that-
else is.
okay,
You can
here's
say
how
the
I'm gonna
second
roll
time
it.
around.
So
Second
when
time around.
Cybran, when you grab Belhin, he seems to like stop for a moment and shake his head.
What's going on?
And Belhin, you feel some sort of like a fog about your mind, and all you can really feel right now as you're getting back your senses is a very strong urging to go, to follow the song, to find its source.
That or he's
Oh.
waking up.
And also, you two see Ezra pretty much go past you, heading downstairs.
Must go to garden.
What the fuck?
I also grab Ezra. You stop.
Is that a
Also,
command?
you wake up. Yeah, it's
Just
a command.
Belhen cast command. Stop.
Wait,
Ezra,
what's-
go ahead and roll me another will save.
With
What's
advantage?
going on?
Yeah,
I didn't get
Yeah,
it.
boy.
basically.
19! Is that high enough?
So yeah, Ezra, you
I'll roll for the second in case of natural 20. No, I'm going to stick with the 19.
no. So Ezra, you feel you snap, and you suddenly your mind is clear. You know something was trying to get you to go to the source of the song.
You dare cross me! Oh, hi guys.
I'm
Hi.
curious what's going to happen if I go to share senses with Jotunus. If he's under a compulsion, I go. I wonder
you
what
may
happens
go
if I
with
sit
him.
in that head.
You can
Possibly.
try it.
It may well be a will save for you to avoid being
I
dragged
mean-
with him.
If he's still wandering off.
He's still going.
But we don't know this, do we?
Well,
Because he's
well,
outside.
no. Like if I. Yeah, but if I've gone outside to see if he's there and he's wandered off, and we've just witnessed Serena. Is it Serena? Hang on.
We know her as Serena.
Yes, I was gonna say if we've just witnessed Serena basically snap Bellin and Ezra out of it.
Are you outside watching this?
Yeah, I just wandered outside. So I was like, not actually interacting with any of them. I'm just watching you do it. I was like,
He went to check on Jotunus.
I'll just yeah, I was. I'll wander outside and see if I can see him. If I can't, then I'll just I'll basically just call him back to his home plane.
I dispel thee.
Yeah, just like, oh, he's wandered off. Here, boy.
Do you dispel him?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Hold on a second.
So all the children
no.
failed their will saves.
Go ahead and make me a spellcraft check really quick
Ooh,
For me or Jonas?
for you.
it's like the first time we've ever done one of those.
Oh,
Yeah, that
God.
doesn't
This is
work.
what I get for rolling all those natural 20s in our game yesterday, Bellin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
As
doesn't work.
you basically do a gesture to dispel him, or whatever it is you do,
Magical feedback.
you feel something snap, and the force of whatever it is enough to knock you off your feet onto your butt.
Wow, actual magical feedback.
And you
fair
know
enough.
that you can't dispel him right now.
Also, he may have sprained his
Something's
wrist.
keeping him. Something is keeping Jotunus tethered here.
Okay, well, I mean, if he gets himself killed, he'll just end up back there anyway. Not particularly bothered. So I sort of wander around and just sort of like rubbing my ass slightly after I've been sat on it.
Can
Go
you
back to bed.
can you basically like track him?
I mean, yeah, I can.
You have a connection to
I'm
him.
basically bound to him.
Okay.
What
the hell
is
was that?
I don't know. I think he's drinking through a straw or snoring.
That's both. Yeah, let's go with both.
He's
falling
snoring
asleep
through a
with
Snoring
straw
through a straw.
Yeah.
with a hole, like two in his nose. They're flapping up every time.
I let go of the dwarf so he falls flat on his face.
No, he
I
went back
went
to
to
bed.
bed.
He just said he's gone back to bed.
I went back to
I
bed.
honestly thought you just fell
Go to
asleep.
sleep. I
I
went back to bed.
I think we should follow Jonas. Because I do not like the fact that someone has controlled me.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Okay, yeah, you stay asleep.
Well, yeah, because he would have to make a will save, wouldn't he? Because he's gone back to sleep, so the fucking song, he would hear it again.
Oh, you're still hearing the song.
Well, yeah, but it would have more control over someone who's gone back to sleep.
Oh no,
Yep.
it depended on certain. Actually, hang on. Would I know usually compulsions and certain compulsions and stuff? If you succeed against them, sometimes you're immune for them for a duration. Is that something I'd know in character or not?
You'd know that you're not always immune to them, but you're usually more able to resist it if you know it's happening.
Okay.
Because that's how it usually goes, and that is a common enough thing for magic.
Yeah, I think we should follow Jonas. Someone wake him up.
I go looking for a bucket of water.
I was just going to jump on his bed, but that'll work. I
Yeah,
have
there's
prestidigitation, it's fine.
There's a couple buckets downstairs. There's a water trough out back.
I grab as
Ooh,
much buckets of water
pig
I can
water.
carry to. Yeah, I grab as much buckets of water as I can carry and come back up to his room.
Oh God! You
What,
end up,
2
like,
buckets?
lying on
Yeah.
As much water as I can carry. I'm like, that's either 2 very, very small handfuls or a couple of buckets.
I will
I'm
take
gonna
one
say
of the
like
buckets
2,
as
maybe
well.
3 buckets.
Bucket for each of
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
Sort of, all 3 of us standing in his room with a bucket. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what are you guys?
I was debating on putting his hands in warm water too.
You want him to wake him up, not make him piss himself.
Yeah, Bellin, you get absolutely drenched by the amount of water that they dump on you, and your bed is soaked as well.
It's okay. When he gets up, I'll prestidigitation the bed dry. Not him, just
I
the bed.
see them waking up like they're just like you.
I throw the bucket out the door before he has a chance to see me
Did I
holding
piss
one.
myself? That's a lot of water. What? Why? I'm trying to sleep.
Get
Evil
the
things
fuck
afoot
up.
must kill.
Oh wow. Okay.
I love how
For
she's
those
so
of us
blunt.
that have the ability to string a coherent sentence together.
I was making. I
I was dreaming about making
was
love to
so
3 dwarven
comfortable.
women at once.
I was so fucking comfortable. You have no idea. This bed was comfy.
Now it's wet.
Why did you pick me up? This is bullshit.
I just told you.
Can you
evil
not
things afoot.
hear?
Yeah, I heard that music. It was really annoying, and I was hoping it'd just go away.
I facepalm.
No, well, it would appear certain people sort of wandered off. You yourself
Oh.
included
Can we
until
like
you
look
Actually,
out
that's
of
a
the
good
front
idea.
of the inn?
I have a tendency to sleepwalk. I thought that was just a. Are other people? Is this like an actual thing?
Yeah, can
Yeah,
we like
so
look
look
out
out
the
the
front
window.
window of
When
the
you
inn?
look out the window, you do see a couple other people walking through the streets towards the source of this song,
Oh,
and they all seem to be young.
I
children,
wonder what's
really.
going on.
How the fuck did it affect me then? I am not young, I just act
I'm-
like a child. There's a difference.
Technically an adult. Why is this affecting me?
Doubt. Press that doubt button.
It's to get us involved in the
Repress that
story.
doubt button.
Stop trying to destroy the DM's fucking plot hook.
There are a couple of older people, but it seems to be mostly children.
Good save, good save.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
you only saw like one or
sure.
two of them compared to the large amount of children you've seen walking through the streets.
They think they're children too.
Das ist fair.
Right, we should probably look into this. This looks weird.
I did try calling Jonas back because he's not where I left him, and I got a bit of magical feedback. So
Is
I'm
that why you've
assuming
got mud
something
on your
snatched him
ass?
as well. Yes, no, I also enjoy sitting around. Yes, of course, it's that reason.
Ah, fair enough. I
Why is
prestidigitation
there mud on
his
this?
ass and clean him all up. And I dry the
Thank
bed.
you very much.
Why is there mud on the second floor of an inn?
He went
That was
downstairs to go outside.
Yeah.
Because Jonas was
I
out the
poked,
back
I
of
poked
the...
to the street because he'd gone. Yeah, I left him outside.
Ten-
Jonas doesn't tend to come into buildings with us.
Right.
So the bed is lovely and dry and warm. Runik's cleaned up, but Belhin is still soaked.
Yum.
Oh, fine. I prestidigitation him as well and clean him up and dry him off.
Thank
And
you,
make
I'll
him
remember this.
smell of elderberries.
I'll work with that.
You smell lovely now.
Better.
I prefer lavender.
Lavender and lilac. There we go. He's
I wish I
Yennefer.
could command you to clean.
By the way, Erland, you can feel Jotunus getting further and further from you. Because you do have a sense roughly of where he is,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah,
Are
so
we
you
all
can
awake
feel it.
now?
The further away he gets, the weaker he gets as well.
Yep.
Or the less hit points he gets, should you say?
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, it is like after miles, but
Ah, fair enough.
So should we figure out where all this shit's happening? Should we wait? Can we get like air muffs?
I mean, we're all officially,
we
we're
get
all awake
earmuffs?
now, aren't we? So we might as well go after...
But like,
Now, I have an
Really,
ability
though.
that can cancel it out for a while.
but weren't you affected as well?
Yes, which has immensely pissed me off.
I mean, I don't think if it didn't work for you before, I don't think it's gonna work.
I didn't get the chance to
Oh,
use it because I was asleep.
Why were you asleep?
because it's nighttime.
It's fucking
Ah,
midnight.
good point.
Why were you
Good
asleep?
I like sleeping.
What the?
I'm taking the piss. We should probably go look. And I start leading the way to where the sound is coming from.
I agree with our small meat shield.
Starts walking.
No, our meat shield has fucking wandered off.
I just start walking out.
I
And
go as
now-
well.
Alright, so as you are walking through the dark and empty, but for the almost mindless movement of the others who have been entranced by it,
Are they walking like zombies?
a-
You know, arms up, or are they just sort of arms to the side, stiffly
They're just
walking?
sort of arms to the side, stiffly walking.
So
just-
like they are sleepwalking, basically.
Their eyes are closed. They don't give off any sort of like notion that they're aware of where they are or what they're doing, but they don't run into anything. They're just walking down the street.
Wait, is it all mostly children still?
There's
Mostly
some
children. You
some
see
adults in there.
about 3 or 4 other adults.
Yeah,
I'm
And
I
mimic-
go,
2 actually very old people as well.
like
go up to
walking
the
with
nearest
sticks, or just sort of barely surviving.
They look like they should require some like sticks or something to walk, but they seem to be walking just fine like the others.
Intriguing.
I go up to the nearest adult, and I'm gonna like stop them.
What do you do to stop?
Just go in front
Punch
of
'em
them,
in the
hold my
face.
hands up, just like I just hold them from walking, and then kind of shake them.
As you step in front of him, he just sort of tries to step to the side to step around you.
How many are in a sort of 30-foot
I
radius of
tackle
me?
them.
Jesus, that's escalation.
Next thing, he's just gonna smack him around the head with the sap that he's still carrying.
That was the next idea.
How many are in a 30-foot radius of me?
Oh, maybe 3 or 4 children, the adult that Bellen's about to tackle, neither
No,
of the
how
old
it's
people.
tackled. What do I need to roll? I'm tackling this person.
As he does this, I'm
You
just
don't need to.
I'm
you
just
don't
going
need
to
roll anything.
counter song.
Hang on, are you tackling an elderly person to the floor?
No, he's
No,
tackling
I
a
said
sort of
adult.
middle-aged
I said
person.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of the adults. Okay, right. Sorry, I was just sort of thinking. Right,
78-year-old just.
Suddenly, my brain catches up. One of these sort of elderly people shuffling along as a as a dwarf comes out of nowhere and just spins.
Where's your counter spell?
It's features and traits, or counter song.
Isn't counter song like during the cast, or am I thinking of like the actual?
It should theoretically block out any sound nearby for a turn, and that should be enough to.
It allows you to have anything in a 30-foot radius use your perform check in result of it, or instead of its saving throw.
Okay. So would that help here?
It could. You'd have to make a perform check.
Okay. Stop! Collaborate and listen! Ezra's back with a brand new invention!
So, as you do,
Breaking down with the rap
all
moves
of
as
the
well.
4 people around, the 4 kids, the adult, they all just stop dead.
Booyah!
And
I should have gone with
they
can't
just
touch
sort of
this.
look around,
Damn it.
very confused.
As a man gets tackled by a dwarf.
Yeah, the man's been tackled by a dwarf and is very confused. And the kids just sort of, they see a group of heavily armed adventurers in the middle of the road, as well as a whole bunch of other people just sort of walking without paying attention to anything.
And a twat
Along
doing
with the
80s
dwarf
rap dance.
tackling,
I
along with
literally-
the dwarf tackling
this guy-
and throwing
I have
so
I literally have
kids-
this guy.
all 4 of the kids just run off.
That is fair.
I literally have this guy and
children,
shaking
right.
him, just saying, "Wake up! God damn it!"
I am awake. Who are you? Where am I? Where's
Oh,
my
wait.
family?
Okay, I'm glad you're awake.
First night
Ah,
into Magnimar, and
okay.
we're already making a hell of an
Good.
impression.
Good.
Magnimar
alright.
will not forget this.
I hope we don't have to come back to Magnimar.
There's a little telltale Magnimar will remember this.
Right. What's your name? Who are you?
Who are
Help him
you?
to his feet.
My
Where
name's
am I?
Bella. My
Who
name's
am I?
Bella. Don't
This
don't
is
worry
so
about
insane.
It. here to
I'm gonna
save
move
you.
a little bit away
Let
from
me go.
the.
Let me go.
No, I let you go. Okay, yeah.
Help him
I'm here
up.
to help you. I help. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to help him up. He's kind of a. What kind of race is he?
Human.
So he
Okay,
would
yeah,
only be
I-
about
I-
2 foot taller than you.
And so I help him up. Just like, come here. Okay, all right, calm, breathe. As I'm like looking up.
What's going on?
Let's see, there's some sort of magical shit going on, and you gotta stay right next to me because I don't know if shit's gonna go bad for you.
That sounds more like a threat than anything.
Uh,
Take it
Trust
easy.
me, I am a cleric. All right, I know this shit. My whole thing is about protecting people. I can help you.
I'm not even gonna get
I
involved.
am.
I'm just holding a rap
I-
move.
Don't worry, you are safe right now.
Loot drop.
I'll be
I
honest,
need to get
Belvin,
home.
he's
I need
probably
to check
not-
on my
Wait,
check on my family.
They're safe.
We don't know that.
How do you know that?
Okay,
Wait,
I
we'll
walk
go
up-
with.
I walk up to the
we'll go
guy.
with you.
I put my hands on his shoulder and say, "Go home, calm down, do not go to sleep."
Have an ale.
Okay.
Don't drink. Drink makes you sleepy. You fucking
We'll figure
Drink-
this out.
drink like eat the most sugary thing you have.
He just sort of very confused, just walks off.
Past the person in an MC Hammer pose. As I stand up, I just sort of. Well, we know that works.
Where did you get those really baggy trousers from?
I just sort of
You
tap
were
my
wearing
nose.
them just now.
Secrets.
Point to the zippers on the side.
So, are there more people still in the road?
I mean,
away from
prestidigitation would
where
work.
Esther was?
There are more people, yeah.
Are there more adults?
Are they
Yeah.
all still walking towards us?
Okay.
Or...
I'm gonna run up to the nearest person and I'm gonna tackle them.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I
The nearest
grab the
person, sort of an
sword
old
and
woman in her
Well, good.
90s, is sort of walking slowly back, not with her
Not
feet,
like
turns
super
around, gets
oldly.
fucking tackled by a dwarf.
Not like super elderly.
The next morning's paper: spate of muggings occur in town centre as madman tackles elf.
Mad
I
rugby
grab the
player
dwarf
goes
before I can tackle
insane.
anyone else.
You don't
Right,
need
I'll-
to grab
I'll
people
walk-
to get
I'll
their
walk over
attention.
to- I'll walk over to one of the other people that sort of stood nearby looking. It's like, excuse me.
By the way, all while this is going on, Erland, you feel that you can't feel Erland as much anymore.
But he can't feel
He
himself?
can't feel himself.
Jonas.
No, Jonas.
Or
Sorry.
eat
Hang
Tony.
on, give me a minute. I need to go somewhere private so I can feel myself. Just
Stick
walk down an
hands
alleyway.
down
Like, yep,
trousers. Yep,
yep,
all still
no,
there.
no, I'm still here. One.
You feel like your link to Jonas is being stretched more than it should be for the distance that you felt him at. And it almost feels like it's tugging on you now.
Like pulling him along with it, or trying to.
It feels like it's
Okay,
trying to.
It's trying to. Okay.
up,
So,
wait
excuse me.
up.
So, just quickly, could you tell me what you were doing before this? Before you sort of regained consciousness in the middle of this? Did you
I was
remember anything?
sleeping. No?
Do you remember
what's,
anything?
What's that song?
Don't
You
listen
hear
to
something
it.
now?
Just ignore
What?
it.
I can't
Don't go
hear it
down.
over whatever he is saying.
Slap, slap, slap. Get
I-
back up.
Stop assaulting people in the street!
Guards
Grab the
just
dwarf.
come running.
Listen.
There's a dwarf
Listen.
going mental.
Wake up.
Listen,
Wake
you.
up.
Listen, you. Rather than trying to save each individual person, why don't we find the source of this bullshit and save them that way?
I mean, I can save
Wake
people
up.
within a 30
Oh, wait.
feet radius, but you know.
Runic, were you talking to the person Bowen tackled and was trying to wake
No,
up?
no, a different person.
Okay, the person that you told to go home.
Magnimar is the
Oh,
city,
right.
Has the
isn't it?
person woke up?
Yes.
No,
Sorry, this is a
no. I was
big
just saying, I've just got to talk to like someone nearby that doesn't appear to be being assaulted by a dwarf.
Oh, there wasn't anyone else nearby that got
Oh, okay.
caught.
Just
Like
that
the
one. Right,
children
okay.
all
No,
ran
never mind.
off.
Yeah, the children all ran when they saw you, and the dwarf tackled human. The human
Right.
left back to his home. So yeah, there's nobody else really
So
near you, and in
I
fact,
can
there's no
save-
one behind you walking forward.
I can
Seems like
save
the last of
people
them are in front
within
of you.
30 feet. This city is probably at least 15,000-foot square, so I could cast Counter Song about 500,000 times to save everyone in the city.
Yeah, the difference is that I mean, Jonas has still sort of been down with us, and he's wandered off and sort of vaguely pointing the direction he's gone. So,
Why don't
but the further he's
all-
getting away, the more I'm sort of being tugged in the same direction. Do we
Why
want to try and get to the bottom of this?
Oh,
Why don't
definitely.
we follow the zombie people? They certainly seem to know where they're
Yes.
going.
Or you could just follow me, who appears to also be able to
He's
tell you which way.
Yolan's
Up to you.
literally
I mean,
got
we
a
can turn
fucking
around and-
leash leading him directly to this thing. So
Have I woke up with the person I tackled?
they're
No.
gone.
No,
They're
I
gone.
tackled the person.
By the way,
I
the
ran
person you
after them. Yeah.
tackled, Bellin, because this was another one who was just walking about, right?
Yeah, the nearest adult, not like old person, but like adult person.
Oh yeah, they haven't even registered your presence.
Oh no, it's getting
Have
stronger.
they not
They're
woken
just
up?
they're just trying to get up and keep walking.
Slap, slap, slap.
Oh my god.
Wake up! Not like I'm not doing like a super hard to like.
I go
really
look for a
damage
bucket of
them,
water.
But I'm doing enough to just wake them up.
I ready prestidigitation.
No, he's gonna stay wet this time.
Okay, I don't bother readying it. Red has muted himself because he's pissing himself laughing.
No, I muted myself because I got distracted. Say that again.
He's
sorry.
assaulting more
I
citizens.
go. If they haven't woken up yet, I'm gonna slap them like 3 times. Not like super hard, just enough to try to wake them up, not to really hurt them. I'm just trying to wake them up.
I splashed another bucket of water on the dwarf.
I've just realised distraction would also technically work at stopping people, but that's only a single person. Oh no, any creature. So yeah, it would be single person.
Yeah. Even you slapping them isn't doing anything as far as you can see.
Stop assaulting these people. He's gonna wake up with the sorest fucking body in the world, and not know why.
Well,
Now that would be a
rather
good
than
night for me, but
assaulting-
probably not him.
rather than assaulting each individual passerby, each zombie, why don't we find the source of this first? Like the
Well,
original.
if I wake
Okay.
this person up, he can tackle the other people and help.
Okay, I'll tell
Are
you
you
what.
trying to start a
If we
tackling
find-
epidemic?
If we find the source of this, you can
Yes.
tackle people to your heart's content.
Hell, you can tackle it.
Then if we tackle enough people, they can help us with whatever's help doing that.
If we
Just help them
find-
they don't fall back asleep.
If
and
we
start sleeping.
find like 30 people within a 30-yard radius, I can get all 30 of them to help us. Rather than assaulting
Exactly.
everyone, I can just perform a song. Kind of like this
doubt
one.
that, but okay.
I just fucking did it!
I don't know about that. I tackled that last guy pretty hard.
Do I
And,
have to get? Do I have to refill this bucket? I will refill this bucket.
I don't
I'm
appreciate.
just wandering off at this point in the
I'm
direction.
gonna
that,
follow
Jonas
Yerland
has
before
gone.
I get the horrible urge to borrow the sap off Belhan and fucking knock him the hell out.
I continue to follow the people who are currently walking off because I realize that I don't want to be alone.
I keep the bucket with me. Yes, and I follow them.
Puts bucket on
I
head.
did this-
Bucket king return.
Just gonna add that to my gear.
It gets an additional AC, but you suffer 10 on minus 10 on perception checks. So we are following Yerland, who is being pulled by his ethereal leash towards Jonas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, also, while you're all calming Belhan down, you notice there isn't anyone in front of you in the street anymore. So there's a couple of turns you have to make.
I like to think that Serena just dumps a bottle of water or a bucket of water on him and just goes, "You need to cool off,
Chill out.
chill out."
And so,
Stay cool.
as you can feel you're getting close, you hear the song changes. Now come through, and you'll be in a world of pure delight.
Is this Willy
Now
Wonka?
come through, and you'll never have to worry again. Now come with me, and we'll live in my beautiful garden.
I'm going to, as we're walking along, I'm going to start bitching about the syllable count on this song and how it doesn't rhyme.
I'm gonna ready my spring blade in my offhand, not flicking it open, but hidden.
Okay.
It's just sort of this sort of humming of "Come with me, and you'll see
I knew
a
it.
in a
world
world of pure imagination." As he's sort of wondering,
Uh,
We're all insane.
it isn't just me that's hearing the
Anyways.
the song like that, is it now?
No, I hear it too. It certainly rhymes better than the current version. We'll call it a parody. Or a homage.
I'm working with myself here, okay? Give me some credit.
You need to
Okay.
stop. You need to stop playing with yourself and get on with running the game. Jesus, we've already had this. I had to go and check myself out before and make sure it was there.
Alright, so, as you all are getting close, you can tell you're getting to the town square.
Ooh, is there a sewer
And
grate or a
so-
well in the middle?
No, but there is a massive shimmering portal
Ooh, I would like to.
with a lot of people walking through it.
Like, how many people are there? Are they in like a marching line or?
They're marching about 3 across, mostly children, a couple of adults, and a couple of old timers. Or even less old timers, I should say.
Okay.
And standing beside the gate, you can see a distinctly feminine form. It's very hard to make out details, though, because where you look at the edge of their form, it seems to shimmer and just sort of fade into shadow.
They've got
The only
blur up.
things you can really, the only thing you can really make out is that it's wearing a white porcelain mask,
Not.
a nice tight white corset,
Ooh.
and all of these you can make out with great detail. It's just anything that isn't covered you can't make quite out.
I'm suddenly very interested on the top part of the white corset.
Can we just? I'm just gonna sort of put a hand on Ezra's shoulder and just hold him back slightly before he goes. Before he's done the whole sort of, like straightening jacket and striding off towards the quite clear feet.
Fairly tight thigh high or knee-high boots.
Ezra, no, come on, Ezra, calm yourself, calm yourself, calm. Have we got any sedatives? We need.
And very light and very long white gloves, which go all the way up to her shoulders.
I would like to assume a similar zombie pose that the children are making and try to blend in with them.
Yeah, I will try the same. Also, hopefully, I will get an eyeful as I go past. So
Yeah,
I'm
also,
standing on that side of the line.
Also, Erland, you
Mhm.
do see Jotunus in front in the line, and as Jotunus passes through the portal, you feel the link go very, very faint.
Like, what is it?
What sort of distance are we talking?
Could we figure out what this portal is? Is it?
You're not sure.
How big is it? Is it like human sized? A little bit bigger than human sized?
Like it both to you, Erland, it feels both like he's still there, and he's way beyond how far the link should be.
Oh, well, that's new.
That's different.
Huh.
How big is this
Well, no.
portal? Is it like slightly bigger
It's,
than human sized? Is it 20 feet high?
It's about twice as tall as the average human male, and well, wide enough for 3 people to walk shoulder to shoulder with
How,
decent amount of space between them.
how
into it.
tall is the woman in the white corset?
A bit taller than any of the humans, but not by much. Only by a couple inches.
Interesting.
Do we see anything inside the portal, or is it opaque?
It's just a bright shimmering, like a sort of like a when you shine light onto oil, like that sort of a
Sort of like
sheen.
a sort of a purpley
Rainbowy.
rainbowy color.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dimension door to me.
I'm gonna fail this roll, but whoa.
Whoa! It's like when fucking Grog got a 20 on an Arcana check.
You can tell that it is some sort of portal.
Congratulations, the door you're looking at is in fact a door.
And you can tell it isn't like a typical like a movement portal.
Well, she's not really.
It's not like a movement across space portal, but rather a movement across
time. We're going back in time.
dimensions.
Oh, it's a plania portal. I see.
Pocket dimensions, ho, boys. Secure your bags of holding.
We haven't got one. I want one.
Oh, sorry, are you asking me to touch myself again?
No, secure your bags of holding. Ezra, hand on cock straight away.
Damn it! Of course you could.
So we're going to march in the order.
So-
Well, 3 of us are. I don't know if
Yeah,
we're
anyone
gonna
is
try
joining us.
Or just the 3. You gonna join him, Bellin?
Oh, I mean, since they're all going, sure.
We need to find Jonas, and we can't really just assault this woman and get answers, I feel.
I don't think this is a woman.
Oh, don't spoil my fun.
I tackle the woman.
No!
No, I don't.
Don't make me use my magic.
All right. So as you all go marching on through the
Do we need to make a stealth check or
Female-
a perform check?
well, the female figure, she does another verse, the same as
The
the
first.
last she did, No, not the first.
I'm Henry the Eighth.
and then she steps through with some of the others.
With, like, the last batch as the portal closes?
Not the
or
last,
just-
but there's about 6 ranks of 3 people each in front of you, and that's when she steps in.
Okay, so she's gone. And
Yep.
we're in, what, between people, or?
You're currently at the end of the line.
How many people are
Pretty
in
much.
front of me?
Oh, about rank of 3 by 7.
Okay, how many people are in 30 foot?
21. They're all in 30 foot, so
Okay.
about 21 people.
I'm going to
But
use...
the first rank is literally stepping into the portal.
I'm going to use counter song. So that's another perform check, right?
Yes, it is.
You have one on.
Stop in the name of love before you break my heart.
For the love of Jesus.
You don't quite catch the
I expected the
closest
first
to the
3
portal.
would go through, yeah.
yeah, but the other 18 just stop,
They did it! It's like your command
and they
word, but
just
better.
sort of immediately start looking around, confused, and all of them back very quickly away from the portal.
I'm just going to
And a
do
couple of them bump
the
into
sort
you
of
guys.
guards police thing. Everyone, please disperse and return to your homes.
They all just sort of look at you, and then just look back at the portal,
And then
look
fucking
at
leg
you,
it.
and then they run off.
Yeah, I expected that's what was going to happen.
I
Right,
do everything I can to maintain the disguise.
there we go. Nice clear path. Shall we? It's like jumping the queue.
Well, I know where I'm going. I was just sort of walk forward and just start heading through. Do the whole the traditional like first time the Stargate opens, kind of reach out and touch it, and
Just
and then
poke it.
Step through.
Oh, that's adorable. I
So-
love it.
As soon as you poke it,
You get
you can
sucked-
feel it pulling you through. So you just sort of
Ezra, I've got an idea. Try
Grab.
sticking your cock up.
Okay! Wait, where'd he go?
I just zombie walk through. Fuck it.
I'm just going to walk through.
all right.
I saved people. I'm the good guy.
Bellin, you gonna follow him?
I'm thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure.
Bellen's torn between tackling more people or
There is currently like 18 people scattering away from him, and he's just got this urge
so
to
many
tackle them all.
targets.
Wait, me? No, I shouldn't. Okay, I'll just go in.
I'm concerned.
All right.
Tackle the portal. No darkness.
So, as you all go through, you feel a bit of vertigo.
Like
It
the
actually
first time
takes
stepping through
you
the
a
Stargate.
second. It actually takes you a second or two to regain your like where you are, and well, your internal sense rather. You know that you're standing up, that sort of thing. And when you look up and open your eyes, you see flowers.
Holy shit, it's actually a
A
garden.
lot of flowers
Oh, hey, we're in the
stretching
night
off
garden.
in front of you.
This is disconcerting.
Are
It's
are they
a
actually flowers, or are they?
Do I see flowers?
No,
yes.
I'm not asking if I see flowers. I'm asking if they're real
These
flowers.
ones seem to be a collection of arrangements of begonia, marigold, and snapdragons.
And other flowers.
No,
we
just
just
those three,
landed
actually.
in a large volume of like fucking
Welcome
bedding.
to the Hanging
Well,
Gardens of
you've
Babylon.
landed in. Where you've all just sort of stumbled out of the portal onto is a nice soft patch of grass, and behind you is a massive, like vine woven outline for the portal,
Have we gone into the
and the portal
Feywild?
just sort of pops out of existence behind you.
Would this be a knowledge planes check?
Also, go ahead and give me another will save.
Ugh.
Because another thing you notice,
Is the
in fact, one of the first things you notice,
the song is even stronger here.
Damn it!
the sweet smell of the flowers.
Would this be a planes check to see if I would know what plane this was?
Is this a poison?
You
can
do a
Spell
planes
or spell
check.
ability?
The hush puppies.
That's not
feel.
bad, actually.
Is this a poison or a spell-like ability?
First of all, give me your will save, Ezra.
Okay. This is gonna suck.
Wait,
Way!
Red.
Yes.
It's not bad, actually.
Is
Go
this
ahead and roll me one
poison
for
or
early
spell?
this. This is.
Jonas.
Is it-
You could call it
is
a
it-
spell-like ability.
Okay, cool. That
that's 15
means I
then.
got 13, 14. I got 15. Oh.
All right. Yeah, Runic, just roll me one for Jonas as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just assumed that he was under the influence.
Oh, he is,
Hey, he may not be.
but this is for something else. Okay.
Okay.
He's now
cool.
just sniffing
So-
a
This is,
flower.
this is paralysis. These are very, very special paralyzing snapdragons.
So, for Ezra, because you rolled the will save,
Yes.
you cannot identify this place. It doesn't seem like any of the main dimensions.
Does it seem like the Feywild in
seems like-
similarities?
No,
Huh.
because this is ordered. It's
Feywild is
like
chaos.
the flowers. The flowers aren't just sort of planted in a field; they're lined up in rows.
Oh god, I'm having horrible Breath of the Wild flashbacks about some woman yelling at me not to step on the flowers. I'm tempted. No, I shouldn't. Did I just lose internet?
We
Hey,
got
no.
a thread.
Hey, listen.
No, I'm still here.
Hey,
I'm still here.
hey, listen.
Oh no.
Hey.
Also, while there are a couple of paths of, well, by path, it's just grass throughout the flower arrangements.
Red, are there any pumpkins?
There isn't. No,
Aw.
there aren't any pumpkins there. There aren't. You don't see any of the anyone really around. Like there was a decent gap between you and the people who went through, but you should have seen them. And at the like a bit off in the distance, you can see some hedges that seem to be surrounding the place that you're in.
Hold up.
Also,
Is it a
Serena's laid
hedge?
in the flowers.
Is it a hedge maze?
You don't know. You just see the edges of it
We
all
need to
around
stay
you.
out of the hedge because it's a hedge maze. We will get lost in there forever. Also, I'm going to use distraction on Serena.
What exactly does that one do again?
Pretty much the same as Countersong, but it's directed, so one person rather than multiple.
Okay.
So that would be another perform check, would it?
Yep.
Versus what?
Versus the DC.
That's probably not high enough.
DC.
No. Versus the DC of the check.
Was it high enough? Is she currently lolling around in flowers and then just sort of goes, "What the fuck am I doing?"
I stand. Stand reluctantly.
I
Would you
I-
rather
it
sit
worked.
down comfortably? Oh, I don't know. I haven't brought a collapsible chair.
I can
Oh,
press the
fuck about
digitation one. It
shit.
won't stand up to any weight though, and it'll look shit.
We should go. For those children.
I want to help the children.
Sorry. Could you just say that again for me, Serena? Just slowly this time.
I said we should go. We should save the children.
You realise children's one word. Okay.
Yeah, I heard
No,
that
no. I
too.
just wondered
I
because when you said it first time, it was a little bit more of a "we should save the children" kind, tasty kind of vibe I got from you saying it. That was all. I was just wanted to make sure we weren't going on a hike, kind of like pick and mix, but the children.
Suddenly, as you mentioned sweets, I was like, "Oh god, is this some Hansel and Gretel bullshit?" But no, it's a garden, not sweets. It would be like candy canes and shit growing out of the ground if it was
Is there
Hansel
a
and Gretel.
gingerbread house anywhere nearby?
Yes, no. There's also a tasty-looking breadcrumb trail leading to... No.
Make the
No,
Constitution
it's
say
all around you, just those three flowers in various patterns, lines, swirls, and trails of grass leading through, between and through them to a couple of gaps in the hedges that you can see off in the distance.
So what you're saying is we've just
Like
walked
one
into
of-
the botanical gardens.
It does look that way.
Holy
Pick
shit, it's
one
a
of each
plane to
flower
New
and
York.
put them in my collar.
What'd you say, Cyber?
One of each flower and put them in my collar.
Okay.
In your collar?
Put them into my collar.
Okay.
They smell nice.
I'm just going to whisper
There's
to
definitely
Yolan,
something
I'm
wrong
slightly
with her.
concerned.
There's definitely something. She's nowhere near edgy enough.
I know, she wants to
Oh.
burn all these flowers down.
Yeah,
She's not
Erland.
talked about stabbing somebody once.
By the way, Erland,
Oh,
you
dear.
can feel Jotunus now. It doesn't feel weird anymore, so you can just feel his distance.
It's just regular distance.
He's a good distance away, but you have a direction.
We should probably make our way towards Jotunus.
It is north. As far as you can tell, north is.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's north. And that's which way in this plane?
So I'll just pull out the ordnance survey map, the small compass,
my
the
fucking
laminated
compass, yeah.
piece that I have for the
This
laminated
plane,
piece that
I
I
don't
have
know
for
what it
hiking
is.
with Google.
I'm
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm basically just describing it like a mud. So north is one way, west is another, east
So,
is the other.
as we came out of the
south
portal,
is-
north is directly ahead of us.
Yes.
The portal is the center of the compass.
Yes.
That'll work.
Okay. Well, if we're all here and compass mentis, shall we start heading out? I know that Jonas is that way, but he's a fair distance.
I suggest we avoid all hedge mazes.
Isn't the hedge maze to the north?
Don't make me burn the hedge maze.
There are hedges surrounding this area.
Please don't burn the hedges.
What?
It's like this
What is
area
wrong
is-
with you? in sense motive on her.
No TV, make Homer something.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do!
Go crazy! Run, go, baby! I want a sense motive on Serena because she's not acting normal.
I don't know what you're talking about. This place seems nice.
Exactly my point. You don't think anything's nice.
We just never went anywhere that appealed to me.
Shit.
I mean, you can roll bluff if you want to roll bluff.
I'm
You
very
can
sure.
GM roll
I'm
it and
still
whatnot.
suspicious, even if she does seem to be acting normal.
Well, she beat you, so she doesn't have to tell you.
Something is not fucking right with you.
I don't know what you're on about. This place is lovely.
My point exactly.
I like how Ezra's actually scared now.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Oh
God, he's been taken again.
Look. I may not like most places we go to, but that doesn't mean I don't like anything.
Yes, it does.
Right.
You've only known me for what, 3 days? 4 days?
No, I think we need to keep.
Yes, the longer we wait, Jonas gets further away. But I'm keeping my
Jonas
fucking eye on
actually
you.
seems stationary, by the way.
I'm gonna keep my eye on
I mean,
Serena.
you say the further away. He's sort of stood still at the minute.
Oh, well, that's something. Maybe he's reached his destination on the left.
Take the second exit at the hedge maze.
What's your name, boy? Tom, sir. Well, Thomas, you're going to go far.
Make a U-turn! Make a U-turn!
Go into the hedge maze and go left, right, left, right, straight, left.
Oh, wait, shit! Start again! Fucking, I've got no signal. Why do they do this?
Horse, you have failed me for the last time. Prepare to die for your
My-
insubordination.
Might be able to climb on top of the hedge maze walls.
The hedges, they're not going to bear our weight.
They might
I mean, you say that, you realise the bocage hedgerows were a thing in France that you couldn't physically fucking get through. And
Well,
there's
yeah.
some hedges up by us that you could fairly easily climb on top of, man.
So, wait. Stoneth, are you going to try to climb up onto the hedges?
Yes,
Sure.
please do. Oh, this is going to be good.
As soon as you reach your hand into the hedge to try to find a handhold, you feel a vine wrap around it.
Oh, shit, we're in Druid
pull back
paradise.
immediately.
Give me a strength check. Okay, yeah. You managed to pull your hand out of the vine.
It was sort of just slowly wrapping around. If you'd waited much longer, then it would have been more hard.
Yeah, it was slowly wrapping around, but it was following your movements.
Oh,
so-
that's a concern. This entire place is also alive.
I like to sense if there's anything behind the head.
I want to incinerate it.
What sort of sense?
Well, just general 5 senses. Maybe the 6th sense that exists.
Fucking
No.
Bruce Willis.
No, you can't see shit through the hedge. The hedge is very dense, at least in terms of
I mean,
like little
we could
needles,
fix
leaves,
that.
that sort of thing.
I don't think it. I think it would probably draw a bit of attention to us, but we could fix it.
No fire.
Mm,
No fire. Not allowed. Not here.
right. Well, we need to casually just watching her with a slight terrified look. We need to
Don't
follow
mind me, I'm
Jonas.
just running my fingers together. Evil Masterman style.
Well, we still need to find those children. Maybe we should enter at the same time, not all at once.
Hmm.
Individually.
Yeah, there is a or sort of gateway with no real gate in the hedge. It doesn't look to be cut out either. It looks to just be grown naturally. So you're going through and heading that way?
Yes.
Yes.
Avoiding any hedge mazes.
Okay. So as you go through the gate, it just sort of It goes on with you having hedges on both sides for a little bit, and then it opens up into another area. This one, a forested sort of area, plenty of ferns around, and a couple of like what almost look like animal trails through the forest. But one thing that you've noticed throughout the whole time you've been here is there's no birds, no insects, no animal sounds,
So it's
nothing really
deadly
but the
quiet.
wind. Well, there's wind, at least there was in the flower area. Here it's a bit of trees creaking, leaves rustling. Besides that, no real sound. Well, other than what you're making.
Other than the click, click, clicks of our feet and keyboards.
Clickety, clickety, clack, clack, clack.
Oh, damn it. I was going
What the hell do your feet sound like?
Horses, apparently.
Yeah.
Alright, how much further until we reach Jonas?
You feel yourself getting closer.
We keep heading that way.
Alright, the trail does wind off in various directions. So you stick to the trail? Like you
Follow
get the
the yellow
feeling
brick
it
road.
goes generally in that direction, but
Does it lead to a
it's
hedge
very
maze?
windy around.
Yeah, for the sake of it, we'll stick to the path for now. But
Follow
yeah,
the-
as long as we're going the right sort of direction.
Follow the yellow brick road.
I'm slightly
Follow
concerned
the
about
path.
where all the people vanished to that were not that far in front of us.
As you're walking along the trail, you hear a bit of rustling in one of the bushes off to your right.
I'm going to pull my sword out of my back. Well, it's not out of my back, it's on my back, and I'm just going to draw
It was
it.
jammed in there this entire time.
Pull it
I'm
out and stuff
slowly
starts spilling
bleeding
out.
Oh
out.
no! Oh!
I've been slowly bleeding out this entire time.
Okay.
Point my- Point my rapier at
just-
Westwood Sound.
So as you all go all defensive, a head just sort of pokes out of the bush. A child's head.
Belhan, tackle it.
Tackle it.
Do you?
No, God, no.
That would be fucking hilarious. Just suplexes a kid out of a
Ah!
hedge.
Does it look like a normal child's head?
Yeah, it looks like a normal young boy. Then as he pokes his head out, he goes, "Ah,
Oh, it's
You're new
attached.
here.
Sorry, Jesus, I thought you meant like just a head.
I was actually about to ask if there's anything underneath the neck.
I thought it was just like not attached to it. I thought it was just like a head.
comes out of the hedge. Well, we found the kids.
There's like
Can I burn it now?
Roll. Yeah, there's one.
We found all the kids. Can I burn this place down now?
No, not allowed.
oh,
Lights, fire.
welcome to the garden. You must be new here."
Is this the night guard?
One word for it. I swear to God, if one of you is called Andy Pandy, I'm gonna go mad.
Where
I put
is
my
this
rapier-
garden?
Put my rapier
You're in the
away.
garden.
I put my
I
rapier
thought
down
that
and
one
get on
was
my
obvious.
hand.
What
Belhan.
is it? I said, like, where are we in the garden? Like, what was this garden kind of situation? Is what I'm asking. Where the fuck are we?
Swear,
You're
you're
in the
like an
garden.
8-year-old. Good job.
I put my rapier away and get on my
I know where the garden
knee down to head height with him.
Where is the
So-
garden in the plane of everything?
I shove the bucket on top of the dwarf's head.
So now
I
all you hear
throw
is,
the
what the fuck are you doing?
What was it?
I'm not entirely sure. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure this child knows where in the layer of plains this particular garden lives. He just knows that we're in the garden.
I'm going to slowly sheath my sword while watching Serena.
Yeah, okay, I get on my hands and knees down to head height with the child. I
That's
give him a
child.
And his
smile.
mouth unhinges like a snake and latches
No,
on.
I'm not getting that close. I'm eye
Roll
level with
for, roll for dexterity.
No.
Roll for child unhingy mouth. What?
And I say to him,
Roll for-
"Hi, we're looking for one of our friends, a dog, friend
Oh
dog."
God!
He's
Oh,
not
you
a
took
dog.
down the Guardians.
Oh, gross!
Guardians?
Nice.
Yeah, the Guardians of the garden. That's what you are, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that is exactly what we are. How are you enjoying your experience?
Oh, it's good.
Excellent.
Also, this whole time he's had this smile on his face. He just looks happy.
So I-
Okay, now
Well,
excuse me, young man. I'm going to have to ask you to submit to a breathalyzer test. And if this
Hold a
this
little bit of
does yield,
parchment in front of his
yeah,
mouth.
if this does in fact yield a positive result, we'll have to take you back to the station for a urine test and a drug swab, sir.
Anything you say and can will be used in court against you. If you
Anything
cannot
say
afford,
can and may, sure will you.
if you cannot afford a defense lawyer, the state will provide one.
Why are you reading him his Miranda rights?
He's got
He's a
prejudices
child.
somehow.
This is not how police brutality happens.
No, we would have stabbed him
No, this
already.
is how child brutality
No,
happens.
then I just tackle the child. Come on.
Child abuse.
Fuck it, we
Uh,
abuse
I'm-
everyone equally.
I've matched the kid's smile, and I'm
Anyone?
asking
No?
if
Can
could
I?
you possibly help us find our friend?
Sure.
I mean, they're helping at the moment. I was very tempted to just
Do it
cast
now?
distraction in front of their faces.
Yeah. It's this
Yeah,
way.
listen to the
And he
dog.
just sort of hops out of the bush and goes skipping down the trail. Every so often he stops and turns back and makes sure you're following.
I follow, and I whisper to Yoland, "Is it bad that I want to stab the child? He's too happy." Then again, so's Serena. I'm very concerned about what this place is doing to
I
her.
heard that.
I'm glad you did. Just
Also,
letting you know I care.
Sometimes you
wish-
just have to talk to children.
Damn it,
No,
Yoland
that's what
didn't hear me.
As-
I'm great with children. Well, actually, mine are probably not the best example.
You're probably great at making children. Sure, I'll give you that.
No mortal has survived mating with me. Wait. That came out wrong.
Awkward.
God, so many jokes, so little time.
Okay, Rennick's internet died.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hold for a second while he maybe recovers.
Should be able to. God damn it, Bellin.
Where's that copyright strike at?
It's okay, his singing is that bad, it won't be picked up.
I mean, I didn't even know he was singing for a bit there.
Now he's just making incoherent words. It's okay, he can't speak Romanian. He can't fucking sing it either. It's Numai, fucking hell. Not Uma fucking Thurman.
Wait. I gotta get the lyrics up so I can at least pronounce some of this right.
Good luck.
Ozone. No, wait, okay, there we go. Alright, yeah. Oh, okay, come on, there we go. Alright, zone. Lyrics.
Right, do we want to take 5 while Runic sorts his internet out?
Hold on. No,
yeah.
I got
can do
content
a
for you,
short
don't
break.
worry. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute my mic and go feed my dogs while you do this.
Yep,
Are you
run,
still
go
streaming?
grab bathrooms,
Can he still
that
hear
sort of
us?
stuff.
Yes.
I'd hope not. Oh
Okay,
god.
good. uh,
There's the mute button.
there we go. Where is... No, that's not the song.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Got the food.
Okay, wow, this is gonna suck ass.
What's the matter, Bellin?
My yahee, my yahoo, my yaha, my yaha. Hello, salute, Saniendo, Luna Duke, Salute, Lumaria, Las Bumrache, Ferentida. Hello, deep. Masa numa 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 chimbolati numa numa masa fuck Surata numa 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 chimbolati numa sabate Mrs. United Nufatea. It's actually harder to sing along when I'm reading it.
That's how it usually is.
Wait, where am I? Had a cheetah. Hello. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Okay, I just
Take a
sang
deep
along.
breath, Bellin.
No, it's last numa 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 le numa so last Okay, this is actually a really fucking weird part of the song.
You mean compared to the rest of it?
Say I numa numa triple lassie drug the Saturday. Moons and lunatic clouds of my day. Yahee, my yahoo, my yaha, my yaha, my yahee, my yahoo, my yaha,
Bellin,
my yaha,
Bellin.
my yahee, my yahoo,
Viking's just gonna
my,
come back and suddenly be kicked from Twitch.
my yahoo.
Oh god.
Oh God. Oh God.
Bellin, do chocolate rain. Do it.
Numa 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 Jai Sulasi numa tabale, Sulasi numa batayai. Woo, yeah. Yeah, this is like a really weird video.
Very.
Yeah. Alright. I haven't eaten food in a while.
Yep. Found food right in the middle of the perfect time for it.
I should really.
That's what this break's for. You should go and grab some.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll be back.
Do, 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 do.
Scooby Doo and Zombie Island. I remember that movie.
Oh god, the old ones.
Oh, Red, have you tried Carrion yet?
Carrion? No, I have not
Yeah.
yet.
It's well, it's a free demo. It's actually pretty damn fun.
Yeah, I've got it downloaded.
Have you played any of those old games for the SNES before?
A couple of them.
Like I'll go on to another. A game called Flashpoint.
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
Find a screenshot of it. Oh, sorry, Flashback.
That one, no, I don't remember.
So I just got back, and I'm slightly concerned about some of the things that I saw.
What was chat going off?
No, I was only in the kitchen.
What
Oh,
do you
you heard
see?
Bellin singing Numaye Numaye.
I didn't hear it, but I did see him going a bit mental on webcam.
Yeah.
There we go. This is a good image.
Gonna query Runic.
Ooh.
Does this look familiar to you, Red?
Let's see.
Does this look familiar to you, Red?
Let's see.
Oh, there's an echo.
No, it does not.
Oh, there's an echo.
Damn. It's a good game. Actually, for a game that's mostly pixel, I mean like old pixel, it's really smoothly animated.
Okay. So we are currently being hosted by the official Paizo,
By the who's in a what now?
the creators of Pathfinder. On their Twitch channel.
Oh
yeah.
So they're currently hosting the Be Right Back.
Currently.
Red, is there anything you don't want to go to the wider audience?
Well, the fact that the Red.exe has stopped responding, please wait or he started.
He didn't expect the creators of Pathfinder to be hosting this stream. I'll be honest,
Who would?
neither did
Who
I.
would expect it?
But
Honestly, they're probably just
It's
on
probably
the random
auto.
Pathfinder stream.
yeah.
Yeah,
It might be,
yeah.
but still.
It's either a bot or they just randomly looked up for Pathfinder and found Viking.
Which is interesting. Still.
Then again, not many people are actually streaming Pathfinder games now, are they?
Nope. Hello. You're
No,
talking to the
so-
only one. Literally.
What, the
just-
only current one?
Yeah, looked at the Pathfinder thing, and I'm pretty sure we're the only one.
Oh.
What
Live
about,
right
what
now.
about Roll20 in general?
Well, I've listed this as Pathfinder, which is probably how they found me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because don't you usually list it as Roll20?
Yeah, usually.
There are currently 3 active, actually.
Oh, really?
Session 24 of another person's homebrew one, and episode 2 of another person's?
Look up the draw then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
guess
were
so.
probably the first.
We are the first. because we've got 6 viewers. The other one has the session 24 has 2, and the episode 2 has 1.
Sorry, viewers. We're still waiting for Rune to get back and other people to finish eating.
Yeah, for those of you who just may have joined because we're actually being officially hosted. Well, is it official? I don't know if it's
Yeah,
official or
I
automatic.
checked their channel.
Huh.
It's the officially
yeah.
verified Pazio.
For those of you who
Pazzo.
just joined us, our summoner lost his internet, and we're currently waiting for his router to restart. So
A
will be
summoner
interesting
lost
for him.
connection.
our summoner lost. Yeah, pretty much.
His summon has currently got that. It's got the fucking lag. Connection interrupted coming up on his screen as he runs in place.
Yeah, as you were walking along the trail following the kid, just
You just see
he's
Jotun
right-
just running in place.
not Jonas. Jonas is off in the distance. You don't know where he is exactly.
Yolan just jumping backwards and forwards, walking.
Well, no, Yerland is just sort of just walking in place, and you're all very confused as to how.
Yeah, there's a spinning circle above his head.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the
and-
connection
wait.
interrupted symbol above his head.
Viking, are you running ad breaks?
Not currently, no. Why?
Okay, because this 30-second ad break kept restarting when I went to go look at the stream, because chat figured I might as well pay attention to it.
Every time you restart the stream, it'll
Yeah, it
there's
throws up an
a
ad.
for me anyways. Yeah, it'll throw
Well,
up
no,
an ad
I
for
didn't
time.
restart it though. I was just sitting there looking at it, and it restarted like twice.
Don't know. I could run an
That's
ad break
weird.
if I really wanted to. I don't.
I usually just pause the stream to save up resources.
I only get like $3.50 from every
Oh, yeah, I
1,000
pause-
people I get the advert out to. Considering 6
Yeah.
does not mean 1,000. Not much point. I
Make
get
it
like
7.
fucking half of a cent. Might as well switch back over to this. I love how there was
What, the
another-
actual Roll 20? Well, good,
Yeah.
because you missed the...
the Bellham
Bellham.
dance, yes.
Yeah.
I love how you rolled for a random encounter with a child. Was the 9 his age?
No?
He's 8.
That was for whether or not he jumped you from behind. And that could have been a different situation.
He would have got fucking cleaved in too. I'm not even joking. I would have just swung around and sliced him in half.
I guess since we're in the be right back stream, back to off topic.
Yeah, right now this is just sort of random chatting
Yeah.
while we're waiting.
the animation in Carrion is actually
You ever have that awkward moment when you freaking
Tell the teacher you love them.
oh god no.
Wait, you did that too?
Accidentally, where you just go, love you to the teacher, and you're like, fuck.
No, when your boss hasn't paid you in a while and you're trying to be really subtle about like being like, hey, when am I gonna get paid?
Pay me, bitch.
And then they're behind the. I end up telling my mom like, hey,
That was your first
I
mistake.
still haven't gotten. Well, no, so I end up telling her I'm like, hey, I haven't gotten paid yet, just to let you know. I still owe her rent. And then I find out her and 2 of her friends are like privately talking. One of them being my boss.
Ah.
And I yell, I'm like, yeah, he still hasn't paid me yet, so. And then she opens the door and I'm like, oh. He's like, I'm on it now, and I'm like, awesome.
Yeah, that asshole still not paid me. I might have to start looking for a new job. Opens door wider.
No.
Hey, boss, how you doing?
No, Bell, I'm gonna tell you right
I'm
here now.
glad
My
that
grandmother had that issue where her boss wouldn't pay her every now. Don't be passive about that. Money is yours. Get it?
Yeah. Okay.
Now if they have a legitimate reason why they can't pay you right then. Fine. Don't let
I
it
just
go.
want to know. I just want to know if I can't get paid at the moment.
That's fair. Fingers crossed Runic will be joining us again soon.
Except for the
Indeed.
fact that, like,
That is the hope.
Hmm.
His house got struck by lightning too.
oh, so good.
last night I was playing some Destiny with Valkyrie, and
That's your
we
first
were.
mistake.
Eh,
No,
it's
I'm
not
joking.
too bad.
No, Valkyrie's awesome. All right.
So
So
we
what?
were doing the new strike, the Forest of Nightmare. Right around the third boss, lightning struck my house and I lost power.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
I
So
think
that's
one of those is slightly more important.
well, okay. Actually, I've been nearly struck by lightning three times now. Once back in high school, I was going outside getting mail. A dry thunderstorm blew in, and lightning struck the road in front of my mailbox, knocking me off my feet. I was very lucky it actually didn't strike me because I wasn't wearing any shoes. Second time, I was driving to work at dead of night. Oh dear. Give him a minute. It should hopefully recover. But yeah, I was driving at night when lightning once again struck the road about a good 10, 15 yards in front of me, blinding me and forcing me off the road. Doesn't get encouraging words.
All right.
Are you guys telling Runic to give it bardic inspiration to get it working?
Yes,
Fair enough.
that's what they're telling him to.
Let me try
All right.
yodeling in a calming manner. That's not. Okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a terrible.
The mic
Did
wouldn't be
that.
great,
She's
but
trying to get back in. Oh yeah.
we would make do.
Indeed. We are currently trying to get him back just in voice. Maybe not in the roll 20, because, yeah. Ah, yes, data.
Fair enough.
Data.
Well, he can catch up on the stream if he needs to.
No, the
That
problem is
requires
the
internet.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
mean the bits he missed.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I mean the
I
whole
don't like.
session.
No, he hasn't been absent the whole session. His internet will be back soon.
I hope.
All right, so I just sliced this kid in half, and
No. No, you didn't. Thankfully. No, the kid has gone skipping off down the path, looking back, stopping and looking back every so often to make sure you're
skipping
following.
hand in hand with Serena, who is acting creepily
not-
weird.
I'm not
No.
holding. I'm just following. He's a good little boy.
Do I see the occasional skip in her step?
I don't know. Does he?
I'm not skipping.
All right, then.
It's just a leisurely stroll.
Amount
Nice,
of distrust
relax.
builds. X to doubt.
So, as you're all going along, he's just sort of skipping about. And he rounds a bend in front of you, and when you round the bend, you don't see him anymore.
Oh god, it's like a
Dun,
hall of
dun,
mirrors.
dun.
Little boy. I shouldn't say that.
That
like
is
that.
fucking creepy as hell. Little
Kyle?
boy, I
Say
have
again.
candy.
Come follow me to my van. No. Child? Where'd you go? I call out.
Is he playing hide and seek?
There's no response.
Can I sense to see if there's any footprints on the?
Wouldn't really be a sense
The
check.
path
That'd be looking.
it's like it's not very soft. It's like hard packed dirt. No real. There could be a couple traces or something. Roll perception.
Would this be perception or survival?
Perception right now. You do notice a couple of like a bit of grass trampled down where he went off the path. It looks like he came back to it though, but there's nothing really you can see of where he's gone. It looks like he just kept going down the path.
Right.
Okay, well I follow the path.
Is it traveling north? Like, I ask Yoland, is this going the same way as you can feel Jonas?
Well, the path's a bit windy, but generally, yeah.
All right then.
Ugh.
I am worried.
Suspicion intensifies. Desire to know more intensifies. I like the idea that the dwarf has just been walking with us this entire time, fucking singing as loudly as he can.
I think he's trying to remain sane. I don't know.
Trying to block out the song.
And so as you're going along,
What song?
you notice you can't hear the wind anymore.
So the
In
air
fact, you
is
can't
completely
hear anything
still,
else.
and the only
around
thing
you.
that is making noise is our feet crunching on the gravel.
Well, dirt, but yeah.
I'm going to draw my sword. Just
Okay.
precautionary.
I'm gonna bend over.
What the fuck, dude? He's getting. I'm gonna get in tackle ready position. I'm gonna get ready for
Yeah,
a
I basically
scrum.
like put my hands on my knees. I'm just ready to charge.
Ready for a scrum.
I'm ready to tackle the first person I see.
All right. Well, as you're going along the path, you go around a bend, and directly in the middle of the
I tackle
path
whatever it is he tackles.
is a tree.
The tree.
Wraps his arms round. Limps backwards.
I see you like the trees too.
Yeah, basically, you just sort of.
I never knew you were a tree hugger.
Because it hurts. It's solid.
He
You just
fucking
sort of
threw
bounce
his
off it a
entire
bit.
form against a tree. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you bounce off of it and just fall on your back.
And people call me the tree lover.
We have never ever called you that.
I never said.
When-
You're
when
not the
have-
only people I know. That you
Really?
know.
I mean, at this point, it seems like we are the only
Yeah.
people you know.
And as he
You have
falls
friends?
back onto the ground and you're having this conversation, you hear the tree creaking.
Oh god, it's a
And
fucking
you
ant.
look to it, and you see it just sort of lean over you.
Or a whomping willow. I'm not sure which would be worse.
Hello, Mr. Tree.
Oh Christ.
I was right.
You are not of the garden.
No, but you are. Sorry to disturb you. We'll be leaving now.
It is a lovely garden, though.
Why are you here?
The singing brought us here. We kind of got a little
Yes.
separated from the group though.
That way. And he just sort of groups some branches up and points them about to your right, where there's another path that goes off.
Continuing northwards or
No,
ah.
going to the east.
We're also looking for one of a sort of crystal dog that may have came through here.
Yeah, he got separated from the group as well. And us.
You will see him after you speak to the lady of the garden.
Your voice is going to collapse.
No, it's doing decent. Oh, God.
Okay.
I'll find out.
Thank you, Mr. Tree. Let's
And
go.
he just sort of leans back a bit because he was still just sort of looming over you.
Yeah, I didn't want to
And-
pick a fight with a tree.
Stops moving.
I haven't got my fireball ability.
It's surprisingly peaceful here.
Uh-huh.
And after a bit of walking,
Aside from the psychotic trees.
you can hear the wind again.
Are there any, like, northward paths along this one?
No, this one gets a bit darker. There's more tree cover, and the trees and bushes around the path are thicker.
Lovely.
Looks like they'd be harder to go through.
Still having my sword drawn. Is it dark, or is it, like,
It's like
a dusk type light?
yeah, it's more like dusk. Like there's still a lot of light coming down from what you assume to be the sun. It's a big ball of light in the sky.
It's just magical
The
ball of
giant light bulb in the outside room.
light. We're actually just shrunk down in a fucking greenhouse.
But this place, it's none of the lights actually touching the ground. The vast majority of it's being caught by the trees, leaves, and branches.
Right, so it's a bit dark and dungy.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this. So I started blasting.
From where?
My penis.
Uh,
I'm like Scanlan, just crotch lightning bolt.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the quality of some of those hosted by the official Pathfinder.
To be fair,
Like,
Critical
two
Role
viewers.
gets a lot more than this.
I know.
And they do some worse things. Like
Wait, we're
stabbing a
followed by
manticore
what?
child. The official
Oh yeah, we're being
creators of
hosted by the
Pathfinder.
official, the official Pazio channel, which are the makers of Pathfinder.
why? What? Okay.
I think it's
Why
auto
didn't you say this? Why didn't you say that when this shit's happening?
I did on the
Because, like,
break,
I thought,
but you were busy singing.
doubt.
Were
You were
Look, okay, you should have said it louder then, so I could hear.
darkness, surprise to our face.
Accurate.
Very much so.
It's like that split second before the pain reaches them after you've kicked a dwarf in the nuts. That face.
That's a very specific
Just that.
example there. Would you like to talk to the crowd?
It's just that moment of oh.
Did they host this like after they finished something kind of situation, or is
I
it just a host?
I think it's just a host. I don't know honestly.
my theory
I
is it's
really
like
hope
it's a.
that they're not watching this
It may,
crap.
it may host
I'm thinking
the
it's a bot.
Yeah, it may host anything that's labeled Pathfinder.
Like, Red, you're doing a great job, but I'm fucking shit.
Yeah, you call it crap.
Fucking
I just
Viking. Like, look at Viking. Like,
I-
why? Yeah, God.
Well,
Thanks.
apparently he has them out of all the other two Pathfinder streamers or people who marked as Pathfinder. He has the most viewers.
I mean, we've got 10 right now.
I've got
Yeah.
11
Yeah,
listed.
11.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Anyway, continuing on into this dark, dingy forest with my sword that is totally not on fire yet, but it will be eventually.
Good thing good thing I have dark.
By the way,
vision.
what's your order of travel? Because
Well,
I'd imagine
the nutty
that,
Serena is going first.
yeah, because I'd imagine that Erlin's somewhere about the middle.
Yeah.
So Serena, then, because it is only wide enough for one person.
Me, because I'm watching the hell out of her. And then
All right. Then
Belgian
you
bringing
Erlin,
up the
then
belt.
Belgian.
It's ruining my night vision.
I don't have a torch on yet.
Actually, it would actually help your night vision.
No.
Yeah,
no,
dark
not me.
vision is not literally see everything in the dark.
Yeah,
See
it
perfectly in the
it
dark up to
sees-
60 feet.
Yeah,
It
but with
is.
light,
It
it increases
is.
the range.
Yeah, it does increase the range because basically how dark vision works is you can see everything
Runic!
in the dark as well as hey, we got Erlin back. Good, I only had to do one thing as you.
He's reconnected. Maybe.
Are you there, Runa?
Runic, can you hear me?
Now the spinning wheel is still there. The servers recognize him as still being here, and he will AFK timeout in about 5 minutes.
Huh. Interesting.
DM drops gold
Quarter.
coin.
Yes, I'm playing with a crown, obviously.
Naturally. Is that what the money is called?
Quickly pulls out.
Quickly pulls out Pathfinder
Quickly
core
pulls out
rulebook.
core rulebook.
Yes.
I think it's just gold and silver, isn't it?
Yeah. Gold, bronze,
yeah.
silver, and platinum.
I think it's called different in certain regions, but I'm not certain.
Probably.
I'd have to actually look that up.
Yeah, copper pieces, silver pieces, gold pieces, and platinum pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says it's back. I'll go and actually see if it worked. Oh, so he's not here. He's not actually at his computer.
So
he was just at the
he
router.
was at the router using his phone.
Yeah, he is reconnected, but he's not at his computer, so he doesn't know that.
It reconnected when his internet came back on.
Yep.
Fair
I
enough.
wonder how many questions we're getting on the official, the hosting that we're not answering.
I think I should be able to see that if it comes through.
That's actually a good question. If anyone
I don't actually know.
like posts something in
What's
the
a good
stream.
question?
Because we're being hosted by Pazio, their Twitch account,
Somehow.
which is the actual creators of Pathfinder.
Yeah. It's verified
God.
and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
we're wondering if any questions
Frick!
on their stream chat comes through to ours, so that way we can answer them.
I would have thought
No.
so, but I don't know for certain.
Can someone tell me a link to that particular channel? I'll check.
It's just where it suddenly turns out that none of us actually know what.
Oh yeah, none of us know what we're doing.
We're just so shit, you know.
Okay, so sorry about that. I had to turn it off a couple of times.
That's fair.
get it
That
No
happens
problem.
to me occasionally.
Quick recap of what happened. You were walking along.
Belhin
The kid in front of you
tackle a
disappeared.
tree.
Belhin tried to tackle a tree. The tree menacingly loomed over you, asked why you were all there.
I came up with
To
some
which,
bullshit reason we got lost from the group.
Yeah, basically. And it told
Hang
you
on, the
to-
tree asked why we were there.
Yeah, and I was just
Yes.
like, we followed the song, but we kind of lost the group. Where are we going? And he was just like, that way. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, and he pointed off to the east.
Which is currently the way
Onto
we're
a
traveling.
much
As apparently,
tighter and darker path.
apparently we need to speak to the lady of the forest or the lady of the garden before we find Jotunus. Because he was
Okay.
blocking the path to the north. And rather than try and cut down the tree, which would not have been fun,
Do we not have any saws?
I have a sword, it would work, but it'd take a while.
None of us got any check shirts or anything.
No, unfortunately, I left my
Yeah, lumberjack.
Well,
lumberjack
sure.
at home, yeah.
Oh,
It's in my other lumberjack shirt.
Yeah,
You
they
think
just,
what?
they just stopped hosting. From the looks of it. Yeah, they're now playing Starfinder, and someone in the chat's like, "Now, yay!" I think they were bored of us.
They might have just started their own stream.
Yeah, they did.
might be.
They're starting from the looks of it.
Sorry, they're starting what? The dog
Angry dog.
was,
Starfinder from the looks
We
of it.
had our moment of greatness.
I
And
should
Hey,
run
we've
a
got,
Starfinder
we've
game
got
at some point.
14 viewers right now.
No,
Oh
we
god,
fucked
it's
it
the
up.
most you've
That's
had in a
just-
while.
It's the most I've had ever, I think.
Fucking-
Secret Lab gave me the most of my
Right.
viewers. which
So
is 30.
Yoland has been caught up on what's going on. Serena is at the front walking through this creepy one-person path amongst trees. I'm behind her because I'm keeping a fucking eye on her. You're behind me, and then Belhin's at the back singing and humming to himself, ready to tackle more trees.
Yeah. By the way, the last path, there was a... it was a fairly open area around you. There were trees and bushes, but it wasn't, enough to really stop someone from wandering about. This one, the trees and bushes on the sides of the path are thick, and it looks like that they'd stop. They'd at least make it very difficult to try to pass between them. As well as the tree cover is thick enough that it's stopping all of the light from reaching the ground. So it's still illuminated, but it's like a dim sort of illumination.
Okay.
Oh, and now we've gone down to 4 viewers.
May I have 18?
Yeah, that's tough.
Sounds about right.
I have no idea what Twitch is telling me then.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, I can see 4 as well.
I see 18 right now.
Weird.
My hair, Rozzy,
Alright.
Oh, no, it's gone to 4. Lovely.
Melon's off again.
So as you're all walking down this fairly dark path, there's a bit of a, not quite an opening. It looks like the path sort of ends in front of you. But
With a fucking
before it
big
actually
hole.
reaches that, yes,
God
the
damn
path
it.
slopes downward into what looks to be a cave of some sort.
Fine.
Not much choice.
Don't have to
Down we
sound so
go.
fucking happy about it. I cast light on my sword.
All right. So as you go into the little cave, it is still very narrow. So you can fit, there's some space, but you couldn't fit two people next to each other. It goes
Okay.
down for a bit, staying in the dirt. Sorry, you were saying something, Dylan?
I cast light on my my sap.
You mean my sap?
You have
Fine now.
dark vision.
On the sap on loan.
Yeah, Dylan, you do have dark vision.
I can now see an extra. Was it 30 feet? Go on.
I don't think the dark vision.
I can now. I can now
Light
see
affects
does.
20
It
feet.
does.
an extra 60 feet in the
It-
dark.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
can
should do,
see
'cause
80 feet
it's-
now.
Yeah, you can see the regular torchlight normally, but then you get the dark vision beyond the edge of the torchlight.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Exactly.
aliens vision.
Yeah, so I can see a lot further now.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
So
see
what's
80
sorry?
feet.
What's the order you've got? Was it Serena in front?
Then me.
Followed by Ezra,
Yeah,
then
and then
you,
me.
then Belhan.
I'm at the back. Yep. That sounds about right.
All right. So as you're
What
going,
instruments do you have with you, Ezra?
A lute. No, a harp even, or a lyre.
Okay. I just as we're walking, I'm just gonna reach out, poke it, and cast light on it.
I've cast light on my. It's just gonna okay.
Doesn't matter. I just want just
The
it's snazzy.
strings light up.
No, it's just the body. It's for when you do the whole the knee slide across the dance floor, doing like a 6-string solo.
I have Court of Shards.
oh god,
Feel slightly left out because I'm not a magical user.
I don't think I can
I
have
mean,
light
it's
up.
okay, sir. If you want me to poke part of you and light that up, I can as well.
Is light concentration? No,
If
it's
you
just
touch me,
duration
you-
10 minutes. So yeah, I could cast it on your rapier or something.
It's just a poke.
If you touch me, you lose that finger.
I wasn't gonna touch you. I was gonna touch the whatever.
You can touch me.
Part of
Please no.
Stop touching yourself.
Someone.
Alan, why is your crotch on lit up?
his fucking codpiece piece of armor is just glowing.
Wait, I didn't put that there. Looks over at Ezra.
Hey, there's
Ezra.
Yerland between you and me. Yerland could have cast it.
Alright.
I didn't know you felt that way.
I moved deeper into the dark cave.
It's not so dark anymore. There's 4 fucking
Yeah,
light sources.
it's not. One, you could see clearly in it. Two, it's not that dark anymore because you got so many shining things in it. So as you go in, you see it's still dirt around you. It's got a couple of roots of the trees overhead winding through the walls, but they all stay away from the path.
Mm,
It's like a
And
mole.
so, as you're going, it seems to level out after a little bit. Doesn't seem to be that deep underground. And you do see a light in front of you.
I'm just dangling my sword in front of her face.
Not like that. Natural light.
Oh,
Exactly like that. Ooh.
look, I haven't
had
cast
towards-
light on my cock
Yeah.
Yes.
yet.
I head towards the natural light.
Head towards the light.
Don't go towards the light.
All right.
Too late.
I
Already go.
follow a few feet back.
So as you come out of the little cave, you notice you're in a almost a shallow bowl sort of area.
Oh god.
It's about 80 feet by 80 feet from the center out.
Are we
Or an
today's
80-foot radius.
entertainment?
And now sitting in the center of it, it's also Pelin is now
Thanks,
hosting
Pelin.
with one viewer. Sorry. Uh, it's now. It's not quite like a bowl that's just empty and just dirt and stuff. No, it's another garden of sorts. It's got flowers arranged around the center point of it, of which it's a tree which has been not quite sculpted but grown almost into a throne, is the only way you could describe it.
We're gonna run into fucking Andy Pandy, aren't we?
Wait, you could do ad breaks?
Cool guy, thank you for subscribing.
And sitting, and also around, you see a couple of the children and some of the adults. The children seem to mainly be either just playing about or tending to the various plants in the garden, whereas the adults seem to be standing around with you can tell they're weapons, but they don't look like they look like something you'd imagine a druid would use. Like a couple of them are holding well, actually most of them except for the two by the throne are holding what look like spears made out of rose stems, like oversized rose stems almost,
God, we've walked into the fucking tree huggers world.
with sort of like a bark shield in their other hand. The others, they seem to be they have some sort of sword at their hip, but you can't quite tell what because they're still sheathed. But they've also got one of the bark shields strapped to their arms. And sitting upon the throne is the
a woman in
same
white corset?
female figure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we see her figure now, or is she still blurred?
She's still blurred, but now that you get a chance to actually look at her, you can tell that it's not any sort of magical effect you've ever seen, really. It's almost as if she is made of shadow or something similar. Picture is going into the chat.
She's a demon.
Ignore the sword.
She's a fucking demon.
I'll be your demon.
You need to cease and desist right fucking now.
And so as she notices you, all coming into her, well, what you can only imagine would be the throne room,
Throne bowl.
she sort of gestures to you, and you, like, there's no mouth on the mask or anything. You just hear a voice. Very beautiful and alluring? Is that the right word for it?
Alluring.
Yeah,
Seductive.
beautiful is a... Yeah, sort of. Somewhat.
Enchanting.
Counterspell.
Enchanting. Good one. And she says, "Welcome, travelers, to my garden."
You have a nice place here.
Thank you. I have tended it for a long time. It is my pride and joy.
Awesome.
I can
that's-
tell that you're not under my spell. What have you come here for?
Can I roll for seduction?
You can try.
What do you do to seduct them?
Charisma. Just
I
a
know, but
charisma roll.
But what do you do though?
Well, yeah,
What
yeah,
else are
come
you
on,
doing?
You need to be RP in this. Come on,
Yeah.
Well,
You can roll for it, but you need to, yeah.
this is going to laugh at
Personally-
Vikings' attempt at being a pickup artist.
personally, I saw you at the portal and I was intrigued. And just had to meet you.
Is that the best you got?
Anything else?
Wait, what the fuck?
Really? Okay, I expect more from you, really.
Wait, what the hell? Why does my charisma change every time I hover over it?
That's your modifier. So you have a. We just lost Runic again.
No,
Damn
I'm
it.
hovering over my charisma and it's 14. When I move away, it's 16, but I have a +3 modifier.
No, go to your configuration. Go to your race. That's your racial ability modifier.
Oh, okay, yes. Fair enough. That makes sense. 16 is not too bad. It's probably not high enough.
Hmm.
Someone has disconnected at the sight of the apparently hot demoness.
Not a
Yeah,
demon.
Runic was still walking out of the cave, and now he's just stood there walking in place. There's a little bit of a broken chain thing above his head.
Oh god, he's playing armor.
Wait. Is it a red chain or a yellow chain?
It'd be yellow chain.
Right now yellow.
Oh dear. His internet connection is not having fun tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna wait a couple of minutes and then we'll see how it's going.
I'd say we might have to delay the stream.
It's not the stream that's causing it.
No, it's not the stream that's causing it, but I don't know.
Oh my, that's oh.
God damn it. What we do now?
It's
I'm
Rune's
actually
fault.
going to.
What was that? What?
Oh, I forgot to do this earlier. Can everyone do me a GM roll for Will save?
Sure, how the hell do we do that?
Okay, so in your journal
Right.
or in your character sheet, under configuration, there's a under the roles section at the very top. It says Whisper Rolls to the GM. You can click it and change it to Query Whisper or Whisper, and that'll ask you if you want to whisper it
Okay,
for each time.
so. Oh, well, that was terrible.
I don't think it queried it.
No, you've set yours to always, Bellin.
No, I changed it.
Did you? Thought it was when I was looking.
Oh,
Hold on.
yeah, always will. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah. Change that to Query.
No, I know. I'm changing, but query,
Query.
query. I'll fight you on this, bro. Brian. I'm sorry. Rumba.
It should just be
That's not
Runic.
right.
It should just be Runic replugging his monitor. So.
It wouldn't be his monitor, it'd be his router.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I don't think he has to. Yeah, I don't think it's unplugging
Why
the
does it say
monitor.
monitor? I don't know. Oh well. His router. He is replugging in his router.
There
Hopefully.
we go. You're doing good, brother. Brother, you're doing good.
Brother, I'm pinned here.
Brother, I am pinned here
Brother, I have fallen.
and can't get up.
Brother?
Brother,
No, the Dark Angels. mean-
Brother,
I have
brother,
faced
what you
through the
doing?
terrain.
No, the Dark Angels meme. Brother, I have fallen. The other one pulls out a plasma pistol. Brother?
Wrong kind of fallen, wrong kind of fallen.
Serve them supper. Alien beans.
Alien beans? Oh, hey, Runic's back.
Yay.
Let's just wait for him to get back to his computer.
That's okay.
If you accidentally inhale an orc spore, will an orc spawn from inside you or would it be a Gretchen?
Do you really want to find out
Um,
the answer to that?
I'd imagine an orc chest burster. Oh god.
That's
that'd be
a
terrifying.
thought.
That sounds like a horror stream right there.
Like a mini orc just burst out of your chest. Wow!
Ah.
Waka.
I would take him home and feed him orcs eat granola. Don't.
Yes.
They eat meat? I mean, hell, they eat anything that's made out of orc spores, so... Hell, they eat pretty much anything, because orcs are a fungus,
Oh,
which is hilarious.
They're a fucking disease, is what they are.
Mork. Literal mushrooms.
I like how Subway, did I say Subway? 7-Eleven calls their food fresh. Well, it's very obviously not.
Do
Or
you mean?
Subway or 7-Elevens?
I think
7-Eleven.
7-Elevens are gas stations.
Welcome
No,
back.
no. Sorry,
It
I'm
happens.
sure you don't mean Subway, Owen.
he said
No.
Subway.
He
And
said
then-
7-Eleven.
I accidentally said
7-Eleven.
Subway. I meant 7-Eleven.
Runic, what was the last thing you heard?
It was as fucking. So fucking angry because it was as Viking opened his mouth to try and chat up this shadow lady.
It was fairly
It was-
weak.
it was
You didn't-
It was
Underwhelming.
weak.
Was it?
It wasn't
Damn
that
it!
strong.
He literally just said, what was it?
I saw you go through the portal and I decided to follow. See, that was better.
Was that it? Oh. Oh.
It was shit. It was like the shade. Like he
There we go.
he could do better. So, do you want to try it again, Viking? Do you want to try a seducing? Because I
Oh
think
my
that's
god,
pretty
we've
fucking
got titles.
I know. That's what I was doing.
Sorry. I got distracted by stream. Okay.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, like, come on, you could have at least done. You disappointed me now, and I didn't even hear it.
You can go back in the stream and watch it if you're really
Is
that
that
fucking
how-
interested.
Is that what your life's like altogether, Viking? Is it? You
Yeah, pretty much.
disappointed me, and you've.
I'd imagine. But still, that doesn't tell me what you're really doing here.
Okay, well, the children. You
I
kind of
came
can't take them.
I came to reclaim a friend.
Yeah, he's after his crystalline wolf that also kind of wandered off.
Ah, you're familiar?
That's one word
Similar,
for
but
him.
not quite. We're bonded on a slightly different level.
Interesting. Because he's quite content staying here as a guardian.
Yes, he's not the brightest chap, I must admit.
He's gonna fucking kill you if he gets his hands on you.
pause.
And I'm afraid I can't give back the children.
And why is that?
We mostly want the dog. I mean,
We mostly wondered. He just wants to tackle things, honestly.
no, I'm joking. I didn't say that.
Well, they serve the garden now. They tend to it. They play in it. Here, they don't have to worry about food, age, getting tired.
What is this plane?
I would point out Jotunus has to worry about none of that anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Because
But
this
the
is
children-
not the Feywild.
They don't have to worry about it now. No. This is the garden. My garden.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, where
Well,
are
apart
we?
from
Like,
now.
are we on a different plane? Like, which plane is it? Is
Is
it
there-
between different two different
Are there any?
planes?
Have you got a cafe somewhere?
Oh, do you have a
Yeah,
little
we're
shop? A little
hungry.
shop would be
Is
lovely.
there like a little cafe and a gift shop maybe where I can buy a snow globe?
Do you do souvenirs?
No.
I'd like to point
We
out,
tend not
Awkward
to have
Ezra
anyone
has now
leave
been
the
activated.
garden.
Ezra has now been activated. What
Awkward
are you, like a
Ezra.
super agent?
Yokiness. And then
Well-
maybe those children. I mean, we can negotiate for the children. Can you just give us back Newtonus?
You see, you said no one ever leaves the garden, but you left the garden because we saw you in the real world or in the prime plane.
That could have been.
Yes,
can
and
shut
I
up.
made the garden.
So you
And I
made
never leave the garden.
you made an entire plane.
I simply go collect more servants.
Do I have any idea what she is?
Yeah,
Or
I was
who she
wondering the
is?
same thing.
Go ahead and roll me a knowledge. Oh, what would it be?
Planes, I guess, maybe nature.
Yeah, planes actually.
I'm proficient. Am I proficient? in it? Oh shit, I am.
Probably planes or nature would probably be suitable for her, considering the current
It is
locale.
planes.
Alright, how would you know?
So roll a knowledge planes.
All of us, or
Yeah, anyone who wants to know or doesn't want to have to worry about being told about it by somebody
Oh
else,
wait, I have to fucking do a public roll, don't I? Hey,
that
20.
helps.
Can I can
All
just
right.
turn that off now, can't I?
Yeah.
So, Ezra and Silnith, you know that she is a Shay, which are a native of the
Evil,
Shadow Plane.
evil sister of the Fae.
No. Basically, and so, Runic, you also know that she's a Shay, but you don't remember much about them. You only know that you've heard rumors of them being some sort of being that lives in the Shadow Plane.
What is that?
Is
Actually?
this the Shadow Plane?
No.
Didn't think
Say
so.
that again, Sabin?
Which book is that?
Which book? What, Bestiary?
Yeah.
Decent question. I'd have to dig it up and find it again.
He doesn't know. It doesn't matter.
I've got it on the PFSRD, so.
Just send the link.
Yeah.
Or,
Oh,
you,
no. I'm not sending you
or-
the monster stat page.
or you could just, not.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's
sorry, yes, I know what you are. Give me a moment whilst I pull out this book. What is it? Apparently, it's
Book
got the
of Monsters.
rules.
Big
It's
Book of
got the rules
Monsters.
for this universe in it.
It's got a beholder on the front and it says Bestiary.
So,
What do we know about her that we're allowed
and
to?
Ezra, you know that Shay were once humanoids who, through massive amounts of studying and self-perfection, managed to transcend their physical form.
Transcend is a strong word.
They seem to. They usually act similar to how they did as humans, but their pride is massive, and they see near every other being as lesser beings. Also, you know that if a Shay touches someone, it saps the heat from whatever it touches, which actually does damage in the form of cold damage.
Fair enough. So you have you had a physical form. Do you still have that physical form, or are you just gonna sit there as a shadow?
It's a very odd thing to ask somebody, especially when you just first met and tried to hit on
I've
them
just been turned down.
Yeah, well, you know,
and been turned down. Yeah.
I'm awkward.
That is a very odd thing to ask a Shay, especially. No, I shed my physical form long ago.
So were you a gardener when you had your physical form? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't your traits and sort of hobbies pass over with you?
Yes, I was.
It's quite impressive that a
Can
gardener
I
became a
just-
Shay.
Can I just point out that your choice of flowers for the welcoming garden are particularly bland and banal?
You
Marigolds,
Seriously?
begonias, and snapdragons? I mean, come on, there's so many other things you could do.
Look.
Snapdragons are basically pointless. Marigolds smell like cat's piss, and begonias only really work in the shade.
You take that back. They smell amazing.
You're
All
still
three of them
entranced.
together
You can
smell
shut your
amazing.
noise.
I'll have you know that there are much to the garden you have not yet seen. Also, wait, what flowers did you say were at the entrance?
Marigolds, snapdragons, and begonias.
Interesting.
I think they were also wilting a bit.
No, that was just the ones that
No,
that was just the ones that Serena sort of rolled around on top of.
Yeah, she did that.
Yeah, she
That
really
means
fucked
that there's
them
somebody who's trying to harm my garden. For they're trying to warn anyone entering it. Because
'Cause
that
that
was
makes
not
sense.
how it was when I planted all of those. Someone's been replacing what else I planted with those.
You're having plant burglars
Either that or someone who
or a mole
entered the
infestation.
garden who
Bit of a
doesn't-
mole infestation, maybe.
who
Well,
isn't
was it
mole in the
really-
garden. A mole in the garden.
I mean, Belhan's got his weasel. Does that count?
I forgot all about the weasel.
He's still here. He likes curling up on like the little pouch that's behind my neck, kind of like
A
the
little
Right
scarf.
where, right where a blow to the back of the neck from a rogue.
Slice him in half.
imagination.
He's an imaginary weasel. Technically, yes.
Well, thank you for letting me know of that, for I shall have my gardeners tend to that issue.
Do they get hired or paid, or are they just here, subservient to you?
Once they are in the garden, they never want to leave it.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm in the garden, and
Now,
I kind of want to leave it.
now the question is, do they not want to leave it? Or do you
Will you
think they
not
might
let them?
have an influence to make them think they otherwise? Like, free will is a big thing here. Now, do they have free will
I can't help but
to
snicker at that
think
comment.
I have a lack of will.
they don't personally like
Shall we? Well, I tell you what. Shall we see if we can strike a bargain?
We could try.
If there seems to be something that's perhaps damaging or willfully wanting to harm your garden, perhaps we could also be of service. We are, after all, a very fairly resourceful bunch. We're clearly not particularly shaken. We've come to speak to you directly. We're clearly not under your control, under your spell.
Or not very smart. Either is possible.
Just a simple offer of
A trade.
yes.
We deal with this person, and we get all the children back.
and what's his name?
I mean, I was more angling for Jotunus, but I mean, we can take children too.
Jonas.
And hell.
I mean, they're not my kids. I'm not particularly phased.
Oh, you should always care about children. Even if they are
Why?
backstabbing little bastards.
Are you Catholic?
No. I'm far from it, in fact.
What's Catholicism?
Well, either the children
But-
stay or you find me more gardeners.
How's about this? You let the children and Jonas go. We deal with this problem, and I'll stay with you.
No, actually,
No,
ignore that.
I-
Don't take that. That's
As-
awful. That's a trap.
Actually, I would
Just-
love
I am not a
that.
trap.
But yes.
Reverse
We
trap?
trade Ezra for all the children and Jotunus. I think that's a perfect deal.
Are you kidding
I
me?
think
When
we
she realizes what he's like, Jesus, she's gonna come after us and murder us all.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
for you
I would say
So, what was
it's
that?
worth
Sarah?
it.
I can be
What was
very
that, sorry?
helpful to you.
What was the? Oh yeah, well, maybe you guys. What was the thing you just sort of whispered?
I have no idea what you're on about.
Okay.
I don't know what you're
Mayhaps
talking
you
about.
could. But you are only one pair of hands, whereas I would be losing, a little less than 100.
That's a lot of children for like.
You gotta bear in mind that not many. Oh no, wait, we already got over this. You're just gardening. Okay. Children aren't particularly good gardeners anyway.
They seem to have done a fairly decent job so far.
Stop encouraging her.
I mean,
They're
she's
short.
a-
They can't really
right-
get too high.
I mean,
Oh,
Ezra's
yeah,
a really good pick.
Runic, when you cut out, I was telling everyone to do whispered will saves earlier because of another thing. So,
Oh, do you want me to do one of those then?
yes, please.
I'm just gonna say, Ezra's a really good pair of hands. I think he would do amazing in this garden. I think he'd be a lot better than 100 children. He could probably get more work done for you too.
Okay.
Work done.
And he is notorious for being on his knees.
I
So
highly doubt he'd ever enter the hedge mage to maintain that.
yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good deal. We figure out what bad shit's happened to your garden. We'll fix it. You give us all the children and Jotunus, and also any of the adults that may also came with, and then we give you Ezra.
Ezra, was it?
That it
Yeah.
is.
Right there.
Would you be able to get me another 100 pairs of hands to help tend the garden?
I would be able to
Does it
create you
matter what
another
kinds of
1,000
hands?
pairs of hands.
It doesn't matter what kind of hands. Yeah, that's true.
Have you thought of golems? Golems are good pairs of hands.
Squirrels are quite good, apparently. Very fairly nimble. Good eating as
Somehow I don't think
Golems
squirrels
are-
are great help.
They're not quite living things, though.
I could create you an
Squirrels,
entire new species of gardeners.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what?
Give that
You were
sidelong glance, like, what now?
You heard
Yeah.
what he said.
Red
we
knows
all
what I
did.
mean.
Are you legitimately on about crossbreeding yourself with her? Here you go, look, have loads of babies.
I cannot confirm nor deny that one.
I don't know if that will work.
Hey, she had a physical form.
He's willing to give it a try.
Damn right.
I mean, think you could have as many children as you want
I think that's a downside.
easily.
It's a bit difficult for Shay to have children with a human.
Indeed.
I mean, you don't know until you try.
I'm sure we could work something out, though.
I believe this
Is
is
there
a
perhaps
bad idea. A very bad idea.
I mean,
Is
We
there
could
perhaps
even-
an orphanage we could give her the card of or something? Like,
We
could she
could
go
even-
adoption?
Find
that an
a
option?
willing pair of breeders or so to create.
IVF? Is that going to
I
work?
immediately move away from Ezra.
Side eye Serena. Mm.
Oh, no. 9.
I mean,
Cease and desist.
I mean, we
play
have
around
one
some
right
shit.
here. Then again, it would have to be a willing breeder.
That would take time, however. And
I
I'd
mean,
need them to replace these hands, well, as soon as you take them back.
Oh, don't worry, I'm
If
quick.
you could.
oh.
What about orphanage?
Children in
Some of these
orphanages.
children are from them.
Yes, but it's not really legal, is it?
Well, it's either they would stay in that orphanage until they were old enough, scripted by the army, then they would probably die horribly.
There are no wars
Or-
going on currently. Well, apart from
That's-
Oh,
the...
there's always a war somewhere.
There are
No,
a couple going on somewhere.
I do agree. I do agree that there are certain perks to doing it this way. However, come on, get the paperwork filled out.
Entrancing them may not be the best course.
Yeah, why don't you set them free and let them decide on their own?
They are free.
Well, I mean, I don't think some of the adults that you have would say the same, who have family and such.
They had the choice to become gardeners or guardians, and they chose to stay here and be guardians. Some of them decided to be gardeners, and they stay here.
Wait, what's the difference? Like, you got guardians, and we're gardeners.
Well, one tends to the garden, the other protect.
She's beginning
I
to
think
know a
it's
bit
very
too
s-
much about all this garden shit.
Right.
I
now,
think it's very self-evident in the name. Don't you agree?
no. So, what about if they don't want to be either?
What if they want to leave?
That has not happened.
I mean, if I came here under that trance, I wouldn't have want either.
I would like to point out you were in trance before going through.
You're still in
I
trance now
was.
after coming through.
But different. Wait, what? No.
Not you.
I was never in trance coming through. the
Bullshit.
portal. Who was it that stopped you and the little dwarf running off into God knows what?
Hey, don't
I
say
mean,
anything
she's
about my
she's
son.
not wrong. She's not wrong. I was merely slightly interested to see what you were.
I'm confused. What do you refer to?
What are your pronouns?
She.
Oh,
I am the lady of the garden.
What about if
Hang
we
on a minute.
get you a bunch of monkeys?
Where
Where the
are you-
hell are we going to get monkeys?
We'll
Trained
find
ones
them.
at that.
I would also like to point out you just stamped on a Monty Python reference I was going to chew on in here.
What is your purpose?
No, I had the lady that moistened bints lobbing scimitars at me. They'd put me.
That one's a good one too.
So how powerful is this like Shay creature?
Oh,
Shay?
very.
She's level 5.
You don't know what level she is.
I thought that. I mean, does she look? From? Okay, I don't know anything.
Use your
so
words,
never mind.
Bellin.
No, I don't know anything about the planes or
She created
whatever
an
fucking
entire
creature this
plane
is.
by herself. Well, we assume by herself.
Well, at least a pocket dimension.
She says so.
She says so.
Yeah, I don't want to fight. So, I mean, what? I mean, can we at least get Jonas back?
That's why we're here.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
Jonas isn't gonna
would
be-
appreciate that bit.
Like Jonas isn't gonna be that big of a help. Like, think about it. Like he has paws. He can't he doesn't have hands, so he's not gonna be able to
He was
dig
a
into the dirt
guardian,
or anything.
if I was not mistaken.
And as a guardian, he's kind of a dick. He won't really be that. Like he's gonna get all over your garden and just kind of fuck shit up. He's not like the best animal when it comes to that shit.
He's kind
so,
of a dick.
You kind of got the shit show with that. You better just give it back to
Yoland.
wow, I can't think. Yerland. You should definitely give it back to Yerland because Yerland needs him, and just trust me on this. You want him
It
to
just
have
works.
it just no, it really does just work.
I look over. It does get
I'm
weaker
trying to
further
persuade
you-
her right
I'm
now.
trying to help you persuade her.
That's an
Oh,
advantage. And in
Yeah.
exchange for Yodness, you get me.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Or diplomacy.
Or diplomacy.
Well, we don't have persuasion, so persuasion would be diplomacy.
Yes, it would be diplomacy.
Damn you, Pathfinder at
Good.
5e.
I literally my second best skill except for heal, and says motive.
Except
Um,
for hill. Hill is a skill. Jesus.
Heal.
What's your skill? I am a hillock now.
Oh, and I get advantage. So
I am the grassy knoll.
all right. Well,
I am a burial mound.
and bup. Has it rolled twice? There we go. Yeah, cancel.
That's a 24 in diplomacy. Damn.
Why roll
He has
twice?
Advantage.
behaved himself well so far, but
The thing is, he
you
gets
can have him
weaker
back
the further he is
if-
away from Yoland.
if you leave one of yourselves here until you get me my new servants, gardeners. Gardeners is a better term for them.
That sounds agreeable.
So who's staying?
So
Well,
we're
first,
giving
we've got
you
a problem to
Ezra.
deal with.
No, you're not giving her Ezra.
I will do
Really?
what I like.
I believe it's up to the lady who gets to stay.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure that was what she just said. She just said as long as one of us stays. So
Yeah.
that's kind of left in our court, unless you're volunteering yourself there, madam. Oh, we must please the lady. Oh, isn't this garden wonderful? Oh, I'm so lovely all of a sudden.
Madam no longer edgelord.
I've never been. What is
Yes, you have.
Yes, yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the world of charisma rogue that forgets they're a charisma.
Who knows? Maybe she just remembered she's a charisma.
Maybe just an
Yeah,
edgy charisma
that
rogue.
hasn't
That a
changed her alignment.
Holy shit! That's house is on fire.
What house? What?
Yeah,
fire at the
your
garden is on
distractions
fire?
won't work, yeah.
No,
You're right there, Cyber.
yeah, I'm fine. Okay, they're burning stuff in their backyard. Okay. I don't know why they're doing it out in the rain, but whatever.
The house could have been on fire.
No, the smoke's behind the house. But sure, I'll volunteer.
Right, does she stay here while we go and deal with the issue, or? Because there's still that guy that you want us to deal with.
Or you'd have to find who. And I don't think time is entirely on your side.
No, because the DM wants to end this in an hour.
So
Not just because of that.
I mean,
Here's okay. I'm gonna tell you guys basically what you're proposing, or what she's been trying to get you to do. To take the children, you need to give her 100 more, or a number of servants as capable as humans, at
One
least.
soul is not as worth as the other.
100 servants, at least as capable as humans, in exchange for each one you bring out.
Each one?
Yep.
So 100 for one.
No,
Literally like Davy
100
Jones.
It's one for
Yeah.
one.
Oh, I was going to say.
It's one for one.
Oh, right. Sorry,
No.
that's why you threw me on. I was like, what, 100 for the single?
100 for 100.
How
about.
many
Okay.
souls do you reckon Jack Sparrow's worth? 100 souls.
eh, eh.
Well, if we're that's just the regular trade. What happens if we do actually help with this problem that you seem to have?
You'd still have to get me more gardeners.
Oh, is it the 1 in 5 thing? Did she ask her if she's got the 1 in 5 problem?
No.
Worth a try.
I mean,
You could ask her if she has the 1 in 5 problem.
where did we get 100 new gardeners?
Prison?
Oh, hang on. Well, we can't even go back to where we came from anyway because the portal's closed. But was there like a Gardener's R Us or anything near?
I believe we saw a garden center on the way here. Yes.
I mean, we could go to like a prison, and like.
Don't say that
Yeah,
in front
but
of her.
In ter-
Nobody's going to accept prisoners for children.
Does she know?
I mean, they're very laborious and labor.
True.
they-
They're going to lift
they-
a hell. They're going to lift a hell of a lot more than children.
They would serve an eternity of punishment in here.
Take the life
That
on.
doesn't
Yeah.
seem like that big of a punishment.
Well, they would be complacent about it, but they would never be free.
Well, I mean,
and they'd
by
never
the sounds
do
of
anything.
it. So...
I
Okay,
mean, the
cool.
whole-
Well,
Uh,
no, it just sounds like Serena's willing to stay.
Well, that's one.
So,
I mean, so. Yeah, I mean, well, we could just get a bunch of like prisoners of like different kind of, prisons. We'll go all of them. It'll take some time, but we'll do it.
What about direwolves?
I mean, direwolves still are people, right?
Well, no, they're creatures, but I'm asking her.
You think?
what about direwolves?
werewolves?
No, direwolves.
No,
I mean,
All right.
what?
are you thinking of werewolves?
No, direwolves.
Direwolves are just
Yeah.
much bigger wolves.
How do you get dire wolves or people too?
Hey, every animal still has like, their own wants and needs.
They're animals.
And someone could say the same thing about you. You can be an animal.
Oh, throwing shade.
No. Unlike you lesser races, I'm elevated above that position.
Oh, here we go with the
Whoa.
elven nobility.
no, I'm just going to put a hand on Bella's shoulder and go, okay, cool. So we're leaving her And we go.
Gee.
So I'll be.
I'll go with that.
I have,
Yeah.
while they've been arguing and all this, I have asked the lady if she would be interested in like 100 direwolves.
I honestly thought you were going to say like a back massage or something.
She doesn't have a back.
Would you be interested in a foot rub, maybe?
I don't have feet.
Possibly upper thigh rub. I'm not sure.
A sock rub. That would be about the best. I could do.
Or ask her about the prisoners.
Waiting on the DM to get to me about the direwolves.
No, direwolves would not work.
And why is that?
They
don't
need to
have
be as
hands.
capable as humans. They don't have hands, as you were telling me about your friend.
They have claws. They could dig holes. They're quite talented.
I get the feeling she's just kind of staring down.
She is. She is just sort of staring at him.
Wait, who?
Fine. What about prisoners?
Thank you. What about prisoners? People who are already gonna serve a life term, a life sentence.
Are
Or gonna be
condemned
put
to
to death.
serve
You
in a hole.
obviously erase all such negative connotations.
And in
from
the garden, they
anyone's
would never
mind.
cause any more trouble again for the prime plane
For
or
anyone
for
else?
you.
You're kind of the perfect and think about it. If more people do it, I mean, and more people get life sentences, and depending on what they did, and if they're proven, it's heavily possible if something like that could happen. You'll get plenty more than 100 people, most likely. You know? We just have to have you open portals up to different cities, and we'll have to go out and ask a bunch of them, and get you a good list. It'll take a while, but I think we can do it.
How about this then?
Oh, God.
May I see your
Counter-offer.
hand? And she gestures to Serena.
I mean, you can take her too. I'm cool with that.
I don't really.
You can take the stuck-up bitch as well.
Really like people touching me.
Oh, I thought that was just me.
Here's my offer. I can give you a mark, which allows me to find you wherever you will go,
Black spot.
and you will be free to leave until you get me my gardeners. However, the ones in here will stay until you do.
Just out of
Can
curiosity,
we at least?
what would happen to the garden and this entire plane if you were to die? I don't know if Shays can die.
Oh, we can.
Is
You
it
get
old
the
age?
feeling she has a slight smile under her mask.
Like old age, or do you have to be specifically banished, or disease? I don't.
I doubt very much it's going to be asthma, is it? With that sort of.
Oh, we
She-
don't age.
She'd have a problem with asthma. She'd be coughing the entire time from herself.
Oh, we don't really age or have any sort of illnesses.
So you'd have to actively.
And I'm not
be-
going to exactly tell you how to kill me.
No, I was just inquiring. But what would happen to the garden and everyone here if you did die?
I don't know.
Would the plane just collapse and be destroyed?
No.
So you're not the plane.
The plane has been here. The plane has been here before I found it.
I see. What did it look like back then?
It was empty. And I gave it form.
Interesting. People don't tend to leave empty planes sitting around.
Unless you're Malaysia, like, no.
So, okay, so we get Yerlin back.
No,
I'm
no
already
one's
here.
We get Jonas back, and
Yeah, the amount of
Serena
times you
gets
disconnected from the server.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's very
the,
true.
The orange fucking chain is
We
still
get-
The
going.
yellow chain's
yeah.
still a little bit of a
Alright.
said.
So we get Jonas back, All right.
Serena
We
gets
then
black spot.
go and gather you uh, a bunch of different people who can replace this. All you have to do is teleport us to a bunch of
About
cities.
15
Like we
different
just
cities.
need, yeah, about 15 probably would do it. I mean, not all of them would have life-sentencing people there.
Then there's
we'll have to make
convincing
sure.
them, and
Yeah, no, less about that. I mean, we just have to make sure, what they did was bad enough. And that should be good.
That would be a slight problem.
you can
For
only
as it is
open
right now, I actually can't reach you. Not truly.
What do you mean, reach us?
Well, none of us have been marked.
No, not that.
You're
I
not
can't
actually
reach
here.
you because you're dreamers.
Oh, it was a dream all along. I'm gonna try to stab out. No.
Stab Ezra. What the fuck, dude?
Sunk. Oh well, I was convinced it'd help. I mean, it's made me feel better, but
Ah! Ah!
Smack Serena around the head with the sap and tackle her to the ground. The party just evolves into chaos.
I'd like to point out I'm still carrying my folding knife.
What do you mean
but
by
what
dreamers?
you mean by dreamers?
As in the fact we have large dreams? Or that we're not even
Hey,
no.
actually
It's
here?
as if we have like fairly lofty goals we aspire to. We're all living the American dream.
Something else brought you to Magnimar. Think, how did you actually get there?
Magnimar. It's fairly easy actually.
The DM
I had
said
a
we were
curry.
here.
I had a curry. We had a discussion about daylight savings time. And then I received a call on something called Discord. Actually, joined that, and here we are.
And then the DM said that we were in Magnimar, so you know.
You kind of roll with it when he says it.
Here's something. You all don't really remember the trip from Nybor to Magnimar, or why you decided that Magnimar was more important
Yeah,
than
weren't we dealing
where
with,
you were and in the middle of.
Weren't we dealing with, like, nobles and shapeshifters?
Yeah, Nybor. Like we legitimately left off in Nybor.
We were walking back to the inn, and I remember asking you all about your gods and that, but I don't really remember what happened after that.
Oh yeah, I was really ignoring what you were saying. I was gonna yeah. Yeah, did we just what happened? Did we just walk away or?
Next thing we know, we're
are
in
we
an
just-
inn in Magnimar.
Is
No, what
this
you
all
lot are
a dream?
What are you lot talking about? This is like a weekly thing. We come here every. So Erland is sticking
Erland
by
has
his
just
guns
broken
here.
the fourth wall and is sticking there.
He's fully playing this
Totally
as the MMO angle. Turns out
He's
he's
just
the only actual
broken it.
player. The rest of us are highly advanced NPC.
It's Mugwell.
And I'm just an omnipresent computer software that's meant to keep him here.
You're the
Wait,
macro.
shit, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Welcome to the Matrix, Runic.
Erland is played by a housewife that lost her job because she was playing farming sim or whatever. What was that?
Farmville.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wait, did someone
Uh,
actually lose their job to Farmville?
Probably.
Probably.
Well, it was like a whole thing a few years ago, wasn't it?
So wait,
It
are
was
we
like,
actually
women.
here, or are we still at Nybor?
Oh, you are here?
What do you mean?
Well,
We're here?
how are
I'm
we-
sat in a chair.
Shut the fuck up! Then how are we dreamers if we're actually here?
You are both here and not here.
Don't get
Are
fucking
we
metaphysical
here
with
and
me.
in Nybor? No. Are we here and in Nybor at the same time?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
I'm a
So,
clone.
So if
How did that?
hang on, I have a quick question. In the words of Leonardo DiCaprio, if we die in the dream, do we die in real life?
Bwah, as the world starts folding in on
I was
itself.
going to say walls stop folding up.
Yes, you do.
Thank you,
Oh.
Deanne.
Ah, damn.
That's a
was
shame.
my
There's no
idea,
actual
well.
waking up from it. Hang on, has
Oh,
anyone
there
got a
is.
bath?
There
This is
is a
what-
way to
I got a
wake you
dreidel.
up. In fact,
No, I'm just gonna sort of like slowly make my way around behind Ezra.
I can wake you up.
Sure.
Oh, can you?
Yes.
Just gonna push Ezra over.
Just shove him.
Okay.
Yeah, just push him over.
That'll be a combat
trip him.
maneuver against my combat defense.
Yes, if you try to trip him. Although you weren't expecting it, so you'll get a minus to your defense.
Which would be what?
I don't know. What's your combat defense?
12.
Or combat maneuver defense? Alright, so I'm gonna say it's 8. Or actually, wait, what's your dexterity bonus for that? That's a good
Plus
question,
2.
because that's where you lose.
But it's my
Okay, so then it'd be
strength
10.
for that.
Well, then it'd be 10. And Erlen doesn't manage it either. You
I
just sort of
just-
feel
I
a
have a minus
from
one.
I
behind him,
feel
but
him push me.
you don't quite get a foot around to trip him.
I mean, do you roll a natural 1?
No, he just sucks.
No, I rolled a 3, but I have minus 1.
No, I know, but did Ezra roll?
True. If
whatever-
No, I didn't
if
roll
there
at
is
all.
a
Ezra doesn't roll.
no, yeah, that's true. It's true. He needs to roll his defense. If he
No.
rolls the 1, we're in.
defense is
Defense is
defense
a
is
natural
like
stat.
What?
it's like armor class. You don't roll it. You just compare rolls to it.
So it's not a.
No, mine was 10.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was 10 because you lose your dexterity bonus when you're flat-footed, aka
Okay.
surprised.
God damn it, Owen.
But I
Well,
won't wake you up
Until we've
Why?
done
until
something
you
for
agree
you.
to some sort of deal.
Okay, we've already agreed here. We're trying to tell you. You're just not listening. You
Don't get
you
pantsy
obviously
with
give
her.
us. Okay, you give us our dog back.
Is he?
He's not a dog.
dog.
Listen, just you wait until next level where I make him a bird instead.
That'll work. He'll be less useful in combat, but still.
Exactly. There goes your tank.
Then again, he didn't hit shit in the fucking goblin
Well, the
cave.
tank doesn't make the hits. The tank takes the hits.
That's
Look,
true.
he's just there to go ow, 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 ow.
I kicked this wolf and it fucking evaporated. Right, so the
So
deal
you won't
is
let us
Okay,
leave till
so-
you mark something, right?
we're not only
I
that,
will
we've
mark
got to-
one of you,
We've got to deal with the problem as well.
so that way you can't. No. So long as I mark one of you, then you have to get me my replacement gardeners.
That doesn't. What
I don't
about
feel
the
like
Can you
that-
mark
problem?
important
That
possession?
I will deal with.
Why don't you just send us to deal with it, and in return we get the dog and the fucking people?
No, I
He's
want
not
the
a
dog. now.
dog.
I don't fucking care. Shut
Because
up.
you are not of the garden.
What? Neither's the dog. Or the people.
He is now.
Fucking dog. Look, right. I've had enough of this. I'm gonna use one of my daily uses of summon monsters to summon something to me. I'm gonna summon a dire rat. Let's say because it's summon monster.
Now do a dire wolf.
You can't actually,
What?
because your summon creature is the same power as your.
Yeah, I know. I can because if I use that one, it cancels the first. You can still use
Remember
it.
what
It just
happened
cancels
last
whatever's
time you
there.
tried to dispel him?
Yeah, try it.
I know. That's why I'm trying it. Because I didn't try and. This isn't dispelling. This is me just summoning something else.
Which
He doesn't
dispels
have
him
a
in the
choice in
process.
that. He doesn't have a choice in the matter.
He also wasn't the one that stopped it earlier.
That's true.
I just want to see her actively try.
Okay,
You're
go ahead and
assuming
roll me a
it's her that
spellcraft
tries
check.
to stop you.
Natural 20. Natural 20.
Natural 1 again.
It's never going to be a natural 20. But
It
that's
was!
all right.
Natural
Yeah.
1 again!
Wow.
Alright, so as you try to cast it, you feel
You
Once
suck
again,
at
something-
spellcraft.
snaps back at you, and it does knock you off your feet onto your ass again.
Counterspell.
I would recommend not trying to dispel him,
Why?
because he's of the garden.
Why though?
That's a good tack. That's a good stick with the toddler mentality. But why?
Why though?
Could you mark one of my more important possessions instead? Would that count?
No, because
No,
we could kind of
it
just
has to
throw
be
it
one of you.
away.
I wouldn't throw this away
Speaking of
we-
throwing,
not until its
no.
use is done.
Speaking of throwing things away, Mark Ezra.
Excuse me.
Cut it out.
Why me?
I mean, he's gonna die eventually. I think he's probably the most likely at this point.
I'm going to die, am I? Okay,
see.
fuck it. Mark me. And I just hold my hand out and walk towards her.
Well, that worked a lot better than I thought it did.
Okay, well, shit.
I
All right.
don't like this.
Neither do I.
Alright. She takes your hand in her gloved hand, and you can feel it very cold, but it doesn't seem to be hurting you right now. And she concentrates on it, and a mark appears upon your hand.
Can I resist it?
Yeah, yeah, ha, ha, yeah,
Hold on
yeah,
a second.
yeah, yeah. Ha.
You actually can't, I believe.
Can I at least try?
No, there's no saving throw.
Yeah, yeah, ho, ha,
But
yeah,
is
yeah.
this a spell?
Yes,
So counterspell would genuinely work.
it could.
What use would that?
So,
I mean, does it
she
do
lets...
anything aside from mark me?
No, you feel a bit of heat, but there's nothing, like no pain, nothing like that. And you have the mark that I put up in chat
The black
now
spot.
on the back of your right hand. Not the black spot.
Oh, does it have to be
above
the?
Vernix.
Does it have to be the right hand? Couldn't it be the left one?
It is the right.
I'm just sort of asking for your own prosperity.
It is the right hand.
Well, you're gonna have some fun, aren't you?
Red quickly looking through Viking's character sheet.
No, but
Right hand
As it
prosthetic takes it
does.
off. What the fuck?
as it basically gets etched onto you, it glows with a faint green light and then suddenly disappears.
Is it still visible, or has it just like gone?
You can still feel something there. It's like a faint feeling of the rune, but you can't see it anymore. And she lets go of your hand and sits back. There.
Wait, you actually did that? I didn't actually think you would do it. Oh wow, that was stupid.
We don't have much other fucking choice, do we? No
I
matter what
didn't
we
think
offer,
you
she's
would-
gonna counter offer us with
no,
shit.
in all seriousness, though, I am a bit one-dimensional without without Jotun's Red. So can we have him on loan or like secondment
Well,
or
no,
something?
we can have him back.
Now that you're marked, you can have him back. Although you
Oh,
do
okay.
also have 1 month to get near a replacement gardeners.
What
One
happens
month.
in a month
There was
if we
never
go?
a fucking time limit.
Yeah, that wasn't part of the
She's
deal.
changing the deal. Pray she doesn't change it again.
She's gonna fucking regret it if she does.
Well, that is how long the spell lasts that marks you.
A month? What is this, like plenty of
I
binding
mean, can
or
we
something?
come back in like, a little under a month and get remarked? Can I get like a
Yeah,
refresh?
I was
on
gonna
the-
say, can we? Is it like
Can
a
we extend
subscription-based
the
thing?
loan?
Can we? Is it what? Is it? Yeah. Is it like? Is there a way that we can contact you to kind of like extend the amount of time that we've got before we have to return the book?
It's not
like,
a
you know, like-
library.
Well, could we do the blockbuster thing then? Of just just add
Pay
it
a
on the
little.
thing?
What? Pay a little bit more to get some more.
Yeah.
So every day over, it's 2 more people.
Don't suggest that. He's already changed
What are
it
you
enough.
doing, you fucking
In 1
dumb-
month. Return to Magnimar's main square at midnight, and the portal will open for you. Either you get me my replacement gardeners in that time, or the amount will double.
I mean, I feel like it's a little hard to do it because, like, our
So-
idea for getting that that many guards would probably only work in specific areas. Would give you a little bit at a time, and you give us a little bit back at a time.
Or how about this? In the largest city, or how about actually, in whichever town or city you are in, at midnight, I will open the portal if you are near the town square, so
That
that you have
works.
access to the garden.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, how do we know this isn't a dream?
She just told
It
us it's a
I mean,
is.
dream,
it
you
is.
muppet.
She's just could have told us it is.
I know, but how we know this is all real, though?
Well,
I could stab you.
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
let
no.
me, please.
You touch me,
What are you gonna do about it? Bleed out?
I will.
Bleed all over me?
I will do so many things, but I do not want to say them.
In what, the presence of a lady? Because
You-
Serena sure as hell ain't one of those.
And there's another mark.
Fucking
I-
try
There
me.
we go. There we go. She's back to normal.
How about? I haven't changed at all.
Yeah, you sound so much more. No, she's back again. No, there you go. She's doing the whole
She's
creepy
gone again.
mellow.
She's gone again.
My
God damn it.
For a moment there, Serena. For a moment, we had the spark of the edge back on.
The edge had returned.
If you want edge, I could tell you my entire life story.
You think that's edgy? Do you want me to tell you in my entire life story? It'll take a while.
I'd rather stay awake.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
He gives out free sedatives.
Hell, I just have to tell you about my family situation.
God, he's right. So powerful.
There wasn't a story, jackass.
Was it? Oh.
What the fuck are you watching, Bellin?
For some reason, my phone came up with like some sort of ad, or not ad, but like one of my apps like wanted to open or had an update. I'm like, what the fuck is this app? And I press it, and it just started playing audio from like an audio podcast thing. It's fucking weird,
Fair enough.
and I couldn't close it.
Moving on. God damn it.
My.
Now then, is there anything else that needs to be done?
I mean, is it possible to open it sooner, like when we want? Like, can we just order it and like
She said
kind of
that
bring
she
you
would
a little
open
bit
it
at
at
a
the
time?
midnight, every night that we were in a
Midnight,
town.
if we
Every
were
night, in the town's main square of whatever town you're in, or if you're not in one, next to you.
Oh, every night. I
That's not
thought
going
I
to give
heard
our position
midnight.
away at all.
Okay. Shit. All right. Yeah, it works.
It's okay. I got this. So,
Alright, this
we
works.
should also go deal with your problem. Out of
No.
the...
That will be handled.
Are you sure? Out of the
i.e.
spirit of
DFS.
cooperation?
That will be handled by those of the garden.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that means we're going off now. Giving us back Jonas, and we'll be good to go.
He will be with you.
Oh no,
Okay.
I kind of like to see him now.
All right then. He is here.
Do
And
diamond dogs?
he gestures to
Diamond dogs.
another passage that he just sort of pads out of.
Snakes
Do
suddenly
diamond
arise.
dogs dream? I wonder.
Have you got have you got a free trowel or anything, Jonas? No, you know, being a whole guardian of the garden sort of shtick.
Did you get a souvenir?
No? Okay, cool. Alright, well, guess we
Now then, allow me to send you on your way. And at that, she stands up from her throne and raises up her arms. Surge somnatium et requilinum meum hotium ad somno executum.
Gesundheit.
And and you all just sort of
Do I recognize the
feel-
language?
Do any of us
You
recognize the
recognize-
language? From
My
languages we
Um,
speak.
I mean, it doesn't sound like anything any of you speak. Give me a second, I'm just double checking that. Languages. No. None of you really recognize it. It sounds
Demonic?
old. Very old.
Oh, wait. I cast Comprehend Languages.
Do you do this as she starts, or? Okay. So you can tell that she's saying, "Arise, dreamers, wake and leave my garden." And when she finishes saying it, you all just sort of get very drowsy.
I would like to do a
And
willpower
you-
save against it.
You can try if you want to stay.
Damn it!
Bell and Runik, are you guys just not doing willpower because you don't want to stay, or?
No,
I don't
we're
want to fucking
going home.
see
We're
this
going
shit.
home.
I'm fucking
Okay.
want to go home. I'm fucking leaving
I
these
just
bitches
want a good
behind.
roll.
Serena's just rolling because she just wants a good roll.
So Serena, Erlin, Belhin, and Jotness all you close your
Collapse
eyes
onto
and
the
just
floor.
sort of pass out immediately. And Ezra, you stay awake a bit longer and see that as they pass out, they just disappear. Although it's not even a second after they're gone that your eyes close and you pass out as well.
Damn it!
And then
Haha.
I'm
when
just-
you all awake,
We are in Nibel.
God, I had the worst fucking dream ever.
you're back in your tavern rooms in Nybor.
I'm gonna look at my hand.
As you turn it to look at it, the mark just sort of flashes into existence and then fades back away after a second.
I honestly thought you were going to say it drops off.
I'm gonna cut off my hand.
What?
Okay, go
Are-
for it.
Are
Chad.
you actually going to do that?
Well, I need to double check something with you first.
Okay. But yeah, that will be the end of today's session.
Can I grow back my limb? Is
What are you, a starfish?
I had the worst fucking dream ever. And the worst part about it is I wanted to go back.
Serena wakes up, kicks crossbow, bolt through the door.
we were
I
on the
knew.
road.
I knew. I knew I booby trapped this door.
Maybe she's gonna go to sleep with like a brace around her head every night now. It's like booby trapping her dreams.
She's just gonna wear a brass bucket on her head.
No, when the I'm gonna wear an aluminum bucket to block out the signals. And now the dwarf is playing Candy Crush in the background.
No.
Let's see.
Oh, well, thank you for that session, Red. Good fun.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Anytime.
my internet was cacking out.
Oh, no problem.
Oh,
I have
excuse me.
a
So-
sneaking suspicion it was other people around the place.
Is that a thing, Red?
We'll talk about it later. I mean, yeah, you can cut off your hand.
Cool. I'll cut off my hand then.
All right, then.
Do we just see him like in the middle of the road?
Well,
As we
No,
He's
I'm
in
in
his
my
room.
room.
Yeah, you're all in your own room, so you don't know that he's doing this.
We left off on the way back to the tavern.
Yeah, we left.
Yeah, but we were
yeah.
asleep.
Yeah, I know. So
I
like,
know.
Yeah, we made
yeah,
it
we've
known
just
that
You
we just
all
assumed that
woke up
we've
at the
like
tavern.
woken up in.
You all wake up in the tavern, like in beds in your own rooms.
I hope I
We
didn't
just
pay
met-
for
Bellin tackles the door down.
God damn it, Bellin tackling everything.
But yeah, Viking, you can end your stream if you haven't already.
Yep.
It's like imagining like whenever I'm in my